Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and anyone else out there. Well, welcome to the final round of the Weekend Warriors season for the Custom Paints and Diecast Australian Stock Car Championship. I'm Mark Johansson, and tonight we are one man down, but nonetheless, I have Mr. Matt Hunter up here with me. Good evening, Matt. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well, thank you, Mark. Thank you for having me along.
No, thank you for jumping on board and doing the broadcast for us, mate. Very interesting night tonight. There's a couple of things to be decided with this race. One being the inside lane productions Triple Crown, and at the moment, the leader of that Triple Crown is not here, and that's none other than Mr. Dyson. So that's going to be interesting, Matt, to see if he actually can make the race.
Yeah, yep. Hopefully he's managed to work out the timing and stuff as well, and be able to get in on the time. So
Yes.
yeah. Sorry, I'm just
Yep.
clicking on some cameras and I'm not getting any response. So just going to work out why that is. Good start to the evening.
What would it be without some technical issues to start with? Now, the other thing that is come down to tonight is the actual championship. We have two people in the running for the championship, and that's none other than Mr. Edward Foster and Ruben Phelps. Now, the scenario is Ruben must win tonight. There's no option for him other than to win the race. And if he does that, he's got to hope Ed doesn't get to his 25% of the race, which is 50 laps. Um, Mr. Foster only needs to go start the race and gain 12 points, but he must make 50% of the race to get those 12 points. So it's going to be rather interesting.
Yeah, it sounds like it will be. Ruben, I'm sure will be going pretty hard to win the race and get those points if he can. If I don't mind me, if I sound a bit distracted, I'm just reloading the graphics overlay system.
No,
So
you'll
just having a bit of
find
a freeze in the background.
you'll find Matt. What I'll do is I'll just go through a couple of stats that I put together for our other broadcasters that haven't been able to commit to tonight. So um, we've had 35 rounds and we've seen more than 5,700 laps raced for more than 9,261 miles or more than 14,000 kilometres. Now that's a lot of racing in the season.
It's a fair bit of distance, isn't it? Fair bit of
Yeah,
fuel
yeah.
there, and at the today's rates, it'd be quite expensive.
Yes, it would be. We've had 67 different drivers try and run with us this year. So that's another great thing. We've had 14 different pole sitters, and Mr. Foster's had 10 of them. We've had 9 different race winners over the 34 rounds so far, and Ed's had a massive 17 race wins from 34 starts, and that gives him more than a 50% race percentage. Ed's led 1,899 laps over the season, and that's more than 500 more than anyone else. So that's a mean feat in itself. As I said before, the Triple Crown it was down to one of 5 drivers, being Andrew Dyson, Ed Foster, Ruben Phelps, Jamie Nankervis, and Matthew Raymond are all still in the hunt for that Triple Crown um, prize. I don't know if you've got the points there for the Triple Crown, Matt.
No, I don't have a
No,
graphic for that one.
no, that's all right. So the points at the moment from Andrew Dyson's had 2 race wins from 2 starts for the Triple Crown. He leads the way on 180 points. Ed Foster has 162 points. Ruben Phelps 158 points. And then Jamie Nankervis and Matty Ray are tied on 150 points. So it is going to be a challenge for tonight and to see who comes out and wins that championship.
Sounds like it's going to be a close one, and as we know with super speedway racing, anything can happen.
Yeah,
Usually does.
yeah. I just hope that all the boys behave themselves tonight and they just settle down and let the race come to them. But in saying that, some guys want the Daytona trophy, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens there.
Yeah, it'd be nice to with the end of the year and the winding down of this series. Be nice to be the last winner of the season. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely, and people want to go away, like Ant's car. They want to come away where you guys have the start Daytona at the start, like the real thing. They want to come away with bragging rights, and this is bragging rights into next season, into 2023, to start the season off. I will reveal that we will start the season back on the 26th of February next year, and we go to Phoenix for our first round.
Nice.
So, also, I don't know if you got your cameras working, mate. I'd like to welcome back Mr. Scott McClintock in the car, number 16 car. He's been away working and not been able to get to the races. So it's welcome back to him.
A nice
few
mobile
other,
livery car there.
yeah, he always puts out good paints. Now, the team's championship is another one we need to talk about too, Matt, in the sense that Mark Smith is now left in that team's championship by himself, and he's sitting atop of the team's championship with Ruben Phelps moving teams to the SRM boys.
Is he the only one that can collect points for the team, is he?
Yeah, Mark Smith is the only one that can collect points, but thanks to the teamwork through the year, I don't think he can be beaten tonight. So that's the Goodyear Auto SimSport Blue Team sitting on top there. Natari Auto Sports, which is JCW and Ed, are sitting second on 1874 points, and another great person. Jamie Nankervis, whose teammate was Brad Allison, that's had to step away from the sport for a little while, is sitting in in third with 1780 points, and then the second Goodyear team of Tristan Cock and Brett Campbell are sitting in fourth, and then my team, myself and Adam Ariel sitting in fourth, and Natari and Z team is sitting in sixth. So that's the top teams there. The only real one that I guess probably has a chance of changing is Jamie, the East Coast Motorsport Black team, and the Goodyear Autosport SimSport Gold of Tristan and Brett Campbell.
Yeah, it looks pretty close between those drivers there. 9 points between those two teams. So yeah, every position will matter for those two tonight.
Yes, definitely. It's good to see a reasonably strong field. At the moment, there's 24 cars. There looks like there'll be 26 cars lining up to take the green flag tonight. So that will be very good.
Yeah, it's always fun to have a good bumper crowd on the super speedways. A few different names in there, just having a look at and having a look at some nice paint schemes as well. The 59 VB car of Brad Finlay. So we're just kind of waiting here. We've sort of just got about 16 seconds or so, and then qualifying should kick off. I think we've got everything back up and running after a few little technical gremlins there. So interesting tonight, Mark. Double points for the positions tonight.
Yeah, it's something that we brought in. Well, last year was the first time we ran the Triple Crown, and the checkered flags just come out for practice, so it's into qualifying. Um, yeah, the admin and the admin team and myself have discussed it. We didn't really think it would come down to a decider for the championship. So next year we've taken the Triple Crown away from Daytona 500 and taken it back one round to Las Vegas around 34 for the Triple Crown. So it won't have such a big bearing on the championship. At least we hope.
Excellent, excellent. I do seem to remember, I know that IndyCar in real life run, I think, double points for their final race, and it's had a bit of an impact in the past. I know, seem to remember Scott Dixon winning a championship because of the double points.
Yeah. And he's our Kiwi driver based in Japan. Oh no, sorry, wrong car. That's Kobe Jordan, the man from Inside Lane Productions. That's the Triple Crown sponsor. So it's good to see him back having a run tonight. And I do apologise to his other half because she's probably watching. I'm already in trouble.
That's all right.
Mate, it's been a long season. You know what it's like. Ed's car wrapped up on Thursday night after a great season, and I just hoping this is as good and everyone comes back and joins us again next year. If we do have a few changes for next year, so that'll be a bit of fun.
Just trying to read what's on the back of his car.
I can't remember what he did show me.
It's Car Care Automotive. Nice.
Just get my notepad and pen ready to take down some notes on key points tonight.
So it looks like he's done his first flying lap and he's jumped into third position straight away. So we'll have a little bit of a look and see. Might jump on board with him. You can just sort of see there. He's kept it in fourth gear, so really maxing it out. Tends to, when you jump into fifth gear, it tends to bog down a bit, and so a few drivers prefer, when you're running solo, you want to leave it in fourth gear, but when you're in a pack, you'll have that extra bit of speed and momentum that you'll be sitting in fifth gear. As he's coming around to complete his second flying lap now. And don't think it wasn't an improvement on his first one. No, it was
no, that's actually dropped him down to fifth spot.
Yeah.
Mr. Foster is sitting on top at the moment with a 49.9. Daniel Heddershield has completed his 2 laps, so looks like he may have locked himself into second with a 49.989. That can't be right. No, that is right. Jamie Nankervis has locked himself into third. Dave Douglas is on his second flying lap by the look of it. Brett Campbell here is the man on screen.
In the Woody racing car.
But he's done well with that paint scheme. I do like that.
I do notice there's a bit of a graphics issue with the bonnets of the other cars. I think the last time we were at Daytona, that was the same issue as well. Never mind. He's up on the track a little bit higher than I would expect. He's flying through now. Going to complete his first flying lap. Let's see how it goes. And yeah, 50.2. It's definitely got him quite a way off. About 0.2 of a second off.
That's put him in the 18th position at the moment. Adam Ariel looks like he's had a whoops on his second lap. because he's registered at a time of a 102. So obviously he's hit the wall. Wade Sheedy has also had a whoops. So
That's qualifying done.
he's
Yeah, so looks like Campbell ran out of time to complete a second lap there.
yeah. Some of the guys will be waiting to for the shade to come out. So we'll run through the starting grid, Matt. So on the front row,
we have to do it another way. We have to do
uh,
this
hang
way.
on.
Here we go.
All right. So Foster in the 53 car shares the front row with his teammate Heddershide. Nankervis and Douglas on the second row. Carroll Warden and Jordan on the third row. Fourth row is Sheedy and Stent. Fifth row is Clark and Smith. Sixth row is Ariel and McClintock, which is good to see him up. Another header shot, I believe that's Simon. So Daniel's father has decided to jump in. And the man himself, Mr. Steve Hoppert, up into 14th on the and then Mr. Phelps.
Yeah, we'll just see if I can get the
That's all right, mate.
rest of the qualifying results through this way. So we were up to Phelps in 15th. So 16th, Finley and Koch beside him. Next row, Campbell and Stephen Williams. Will Jesberg, Nathan Button, Dylan O'Shea, Matty Ray, Lachlan Ukuyo, Gary Wellman, Connor Nixon, Noddy Tompkins, Adam Tice, and Mark Johansson, who's actually in the broadcast booth with me.
Yeah, I joined the race just in case Carl could make it tonight. But it's okay. I'm happy to be up here with you tonight, Matt, and calling what is going to be a exciting race, I would say. May be a bit processional for the first 150 laps, but we'll see what happens. Okay, just some quick information. Tyre degradation here isn't a big thing. So the tyre wear isn't going to be an issue. Again, it's going to be tyre heat. Fuel, we're at 100% fuel with 20 gallons on board or 75.7 litres. The fuel burn here is roughly 0.5 of a gallon or 2.05 litres. And that will give you, depending on whether you're running in the pack or not, somewhere between 36 and 42 laps. So we're probably going to see a five-stop race, Matt.
Yeah, if it goes green. And I think we'll see a lot of fuel-only stops. As you say, tyres don't really matter that much on Super Speedway, unless you spin out, and then you might want to grab a new set just in case. You're more worried about getting them too hot, really. When you're exiting pit road, remembering that you've got hot tyres, so you just have to be a little bit easier than you would on sort of colds. Yeah, we should see. I think you're right. I think I'm not sure about that fuel burn. I know it's going to go up when the cars are in traffic and the RPM's higher. So yeah, I would say roughly around about that 35 lap mark. But we should be able to see when there's some good clean runs.
Yeah, I did that fuel burn today by myself on it, so that's why I was saying it depends whether you're in the pack or not. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. So they're coming around to the tri-oval here, off turn 4. So they have to stay in a certain speed range. Once the pace car pulls off, the pace car is off.
And here we go.
Green. So everyone looks like no swapping and changing on lanes anywhere at the moment. So it's a nice clean start. Derek Jacobs. Jacobs just got in at the last minute. Our lone American driver.
Excellent, yeah. Looks like he's got him just at the last moment.
I thought there's been a bit of an incident with Matty Ramey in here. I just heard the race radio light up. between him and Will Jesberg. A little bit of crowding happening there, and out of turn 1 that. So it's already.
It looks pretty settled at the front. Well, let's see if we can grab a little bit of a look and see if we can look at what's going on there. So having a look at Matty Ray here. He's already slow here. Let's go back a bit further. There we go. Oh yeah, so we've just had a car come down and sort of so we just see that. So they've been coming along, and I think we'll see Will. Yeah, he might have got a bad call from a spotter, but yeah, he's just come down there and just hit Matty Ray into there. But looks like Matty Ray has been able to catch hold of it.
He's done extremely well to keep that, and he's very lucky there where it was 3-wheel and that it didn't turn around on him.
Yeah, and I see that. So he's obviously called out to his teammate Tompkins for a little bit of help, and so now they're just lined up, and they won't be as fast as the pack, but they'll at least have a chance of not dropping too much time and just waiting for the first caution to really get back up with the rest of the pack.
Yeah, they dropped a long way off that lead pack.
9.5 seconds off the pack at the moment.
You see Ed's just dropped back a few spots on the JCW.
Did he start late as well?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Because he's already 2 laps down, so I figured that he must have started late from the pits or something.
Yeah, say he must have missed the start.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't recall calling him out in the lineup. So.
And Jacobs is on the low line as well. He's now 2 laps down as well. I think he might be just getting out everyone's way.
Yeah, Derek actually didn't start until a lap down. He started a lap late. I seen him coming out of the pit lane. So that's the problem there with Derek. Okay. And unfortunate for him, as I said, he's our only US driver in the race tonight. So hopefully he can hang out and get back into the race.
Yeah. So just trying to catch up with the action at the front here. Stent has powered his way to the front. I think he was working with Dave Douglas on the outside line there and managed to drop down. But Douglas is now sort of dropping back into that kind of no man's land, really. I think he'll be okay once he's being the head of that outside line. I think Douglas will be happy to stay there for now, but I think if he gets buried too much, he might drop down. Sorry, it's really, really loud on my side. I'm having trouble talking because I can just hear cars, just loud noise of cars.
It's good to see a few different people up the front there. You know, like Toby Stent, he's going to pick up a couple of bonus points. He hasn't done a great deal of racing with us, but when he has been in the races, he's definitely been a force to be reckoned with. So that's very good to see him up there. And as you can see from that view, the lights on the track have already come on, so it won't take long for them to start taking in effect.
It'd be interesting to see how the nighttime impacts the race as well. Normally, I think Daytona and 500 is more in the afternoon daytime. So yeah, being that nighttime transition with the year, it can sort of affect fuel mileage and stuff like that. Also seen that we've got 2 distinct packs, I think, have formed.
Yeah, we seem to get that here with Daytona or on most super speedways. You seem to get that second pack that just drops off early, so trying to save a little bit of fuel and some tyres. But they seem to be working well together. Who we got in there?
Nathan Button and Will Jesberg at the head of that line. It is usually a tactic I favour where you sit back, and this pack here is all about just making sure they keep touch, but staying back far enough that if there is a wreck up in the lead bunch, that you can slow down in time.
Yeah, you can see there Will's pulled to, Nathan's pulled to to the high line to let the row go past. So he's going to drop to the back of that line to try and save a little bit of fuel.
Just need the 168 to get to the low, which he does now. So yep, it wasn't about making a second line. It was all about just tagging on the back of that line and saving fuel after being out the front of that line for a while. But he needs to be really careful. He's buttons at half a second to the car in front of him now. If he gets any further than that, he might lose that draft. So he really needs to pick up the draft from Nixon in front of him there and pull back up.
Yeah, we've got Dylan O'Shea there, Lachlan Urquhart, Brad Finley, Gary Willman, Adam Torres, Connor Nixon is in that purple car in front of Nathan Button. So what he needs to do is drop back down and pull Nathan back up to Adam and try and close that gap to the front guys in front. Because once you get about half a second away, you definitely lose that draft, and it makes it very hard to catch back up.
Yeah, if I was Button at the back of that line there, I'd be trying to get the guy in front of me just to close it up a little bit more. Don't need to be right on the bumper of him, although it's happening here. One car's squirted out of the line there.
That's Adam pulled to the... I don't know why he's gone up there unless he's not feeling comfortable, because I know he hasn't done a lot. He's one person that has not done a lot of racing with us, Matt.
Yeah, it looks like it's just a comfort issue there. Nothing wrong with that, wanting to just stay at the back there and just stay out of trouble, and yeah, not a bad move. I think for the most part the back of that pack seems to have formed up okay, and that looks like Jesberg's going to do the drop off. Of course, it's a common move in road cycling, where you get a guy out in front for a bit and then they cycle down to the back to get a bit of the draft.
Yep.
So it's just a fuel saving strategy.
He's got to be careful there.
Yeah, so you probably need to be a bit more decisive there. He was thinking I was going to go in that gap, but I'm not sure about it. He probably just needed to go early and go into that gap. But this is dangerous now. These two are side by side. They need to get it sorted out. Line back up, get that draft going, and push, because you can see just how quickly you can build a gap.
Yep, and I think that's going to be they're running with that pack over because they have dropped right off. So.
Yep, that's all it took. They're you just saw that there. They just went side by side for like a half a lap, and that's all it's going to take for them to be dropped off the back of that pack, I think. Although they're closing up now. It's back to 0.6 of a second, but they're right on that point where it could just But we'll go back up the front because we haven't been up there for a while. Let's see what's happening up here. I'll try and battle on with the noisy cameras. Once we get a caution, I'll close them down, turn down the sound a little bit. Because once we go in close, I can't really hear myself think.
So we still see Toby leading the way with Daniel Heddershode right behind him, and Mr. Foster in third spot. Jamie Nankervis in fourth, which is good to see him up there. He's basically got to finish the race, get to 50%, and he's actually sealed third position in the championship, which is a great turnaround considering he only started racing ovals last year, and he was our rookie of the year last year, and he's absolutely come on leaps and bounds and running up in his car in the Premier League stuff to really hone his skills, and I know that he's been working hard with the Matari boys, so that's great for him to be up in that spot. Mark Smith on the outside trying to get that outside line working with Scott McClintock, and I just couldn't see who that car was from the third in that row. But we see...
Is that the 053 of Simon Headshot?
Could be, mate. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think it is the 053, the blue, white and black car there.
Yep, it is. It's Simon.
Third in the line there.
Yep, with JCW and Norman Park on the outside. So these guys have really gapped that second field pack now.
It's out to about 4.5 seconds, and
but you can see that. I was just about to say there, and you had the shot to it, Matt. Lachlan is giving O'Shea the hurry up, and let's get up to that pack in front.
Yeah, they're pushing pretty hard at the moment. I don't know why you would want to try and close that gap at the moment. Yeah, I think you'd be okay as where you are, but these two here, the Adam Tyson, the Will Jesper car, they need to be locked on bumper because, yeah, they, as we saw, where they were in danger of dropping out that second pack, and they have.
Yeah. Unless they've slowed up a little bit to allow these three at the back, Nobby, Matty Ray, and Derek Jacobs.
I don't know what they're doing, mate. They're going side by side in the back straight here. I don't know what the point of that is, but the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to lose speed. So their best bet is to try and tie into this group that's coming through now.
Yeah, you can see there. I was just going to say, you can see there. Matty Ray.
Noddy Tompkins. I'm not sure you can get away with that.
He may come under some scrutiny.
Stewart's not going to be happy with that, I'd say, because you can't. Yeah, you shouldn't. You don't think you normally can pass under the yellow line.
No, that's a double yellow line, so that is the actual pole line. So you're not supposed to go below that line to make a pass.
No. But anyway, moving on. They need to just line up here and really push hard to close that gap now. I think Adam Tice is giving him a big push. He's got to work with it's Matty Ray, I think Derek Jacobs as well.
Yeah, Derek Jacobs there.
And Adam Tice needs to stay in touch with them as well, because if he loses this pack, he's gone.
I think we may end up losing him off this pack, because I think this is only about his fourth race, so it's a big race to come in and try and start learning the craft of oval racing.
It is, yeah. So at the moment, that gap is 11.1 seconds now from Noddy Tompkins to the lead of the race. So we'll check back a little bit later and see how that is. But up the front, they're all single file now. We'll put the noisy cameras on. It's not too bad, these ones.
Some great camera shots here, Matt. Some new ones for performance streaming. So it's good to see that it's some new cameras coming online, and good place to test them out, mate.
Yeah. Yep. There's just a few different camera angles. Thought I'd just give them a try out tonight.
And you can see the gap on that wall cam there, the gap between the lead pack and the second group and the third group. Sorry, mate, I'm going to drop back on my cameras to that back group because they're definitely not. Yeah, they're not working together. They're Adam. We've got Matty Ray out the front now with Adam next to in line. Derek and Nathan Button were trying to race each other, and that's left poor Noddy at the rear. Yep. And just starting to lose the gap. But saying that, around turns 1 and 2, he's closed that gap back up. These guys really need to be working together.
Yeah, they I'm not sure what they're doing here, but they need to get themselves sorted out because the danger is that this could keep going green for a long time, and they're just hemorrhaging time to the pack. So sooner or later they're going to end up a lap down, and they'll not be able to make it back.
And I'll tell you what, Matty Ray won't want to end up a lap down this early in the race because he's actually sitting in 4th place in the championship. So. And he's in threat of being, I think it's been taken over by Norman Clark. So,
given that we think that Adam's not confident, I'd ask him to get out of there and maybe drop to the back of it, and then get Matty and Noddy in there and maybe Jesper, because you need to be closer than that. You need to be right up underneath the bumper of the car in front. push that air along, push the pack up, and there's, they should be able to maybe not catch the pack, but stop hemorrhaging time to them, because now they're losing time. They're 1.6 seconds a lap slower at the moment.
So Derek's closed right up on Nathan, and he's going to push him to the front. So Noddy needs to get outside, and it's too late for him to get out and join that Derek.
It just doesn't seem to me to be the smartest way. When you're in this position, you should basically, it doesn't matter what team you're in, you should be working together as 5 because you all want to get up and touching distance of the leaders again. But they're almost 2 seconds a lap slower now. But we'll have a look at the middle pack here, the one of O'Shea and Lockie. See, these guys are sitting stable. They're sitting about that 5.2 second mark. And they're just sitting there fairly stable. They're running pretty much the same lap times as the lead bunch.
Yeah, so I was just listening to the race radio. That's lighting up on that back group with guys yelling at each other, saying, "Come on, let's get in line and work together." So there are some cool heads in there, but
it's crazy that you're that far down or that far back that you're racing. You should just be all lined up, working together, get back to that pack, then go your separate ways or whatever you want to do.
Yeah. At least get back to that second pack and join them.
Exactly, yeah.
So Noddy's still out in the lead. What do we got? He's only a 100th of a second off his best time, so he's doing well. Noddy's best time so far in the race is a 46.8, and they're only his last lap was a 46.9. So they're in that high 46s. We may see it start to drop off just that fraction more. Just looking down here to see who's the quickest on track at the moment.
Scott McClintock's dropping like a rock. What's happening with him?
Yeah, I don't know.
He might be just deciding to... I see there's been an incident, I believe, but it hasn't triggered any caution. So let's have a look and see. I've just got a little bit of session event information. So Steve Hopper is around. Ooh. Let's see what's happened here. Steve Hopper's gone out there. Oh, he's just lost it.
Oh.
And then he's come down, and then he's hitting the wall. So that'll be big damage there. But what has caused that?
Looks like it stepped out on him.
Yeah, he's just come through the tri-oval and it's got loose. So he's come up off the tri-oval. And it's just got loose for some reason. He's come down. Either that or an equipment failure, and then McClintock has been just wrong place, wrong time. A little bit of damage from McClintock, but only from the car contact. He's got away with that one. That's why McClintock's shot down. So he should be alright to keep going. He'll probably get the repairs done on the pit stops, but I think Hopper, let's have a look. He's sitting in the pit lane at the moment, getting repairs, and McClintock. Brett Campbell's back down here as well. I'm not sure what's happened.
I'd say Brett's maybe dropped back to try and help Noddy and Matty.
That way, yeah. What might be doing.
So I can tell you though, Matt, that the front is the same way. We have Toby Stent, Denny Heatherside, Ed Foster, Jamie Nankervis, Kobe Jordan, Wade Sheedy, Ruben Phelps, Dave Douglas, Adam Ariel, and Scott. So that is your lead 10 cars.
Yeah, they're just happy to sit there and ride and log laps off. They'll be starting to think about their pit stop coming up soon, probably in about 10 laps time. But yep, they're not battling too much. They're just playing the game really, logging the laps, get to the next pit stop.
Yeah, and you can just see off the back there, Simon Hedeshio, JCW and Norman Clark. And I can tell you there, while we're focusing on that lead group, JCW gave Simon a great big push. And it's like, come on, let's get back up here. So, and it's worked. It's brought Simon back up under the tail of Tristan. So, nice work by JCW to bring those three cars back up.
Not surprised by that. JCW is very good on super speedways. So JCW and Dave Douglas definitely ones to watch out for on super speedways.
And there's some great bumping going on here, and the guys are doing it at the right time. They're doing it like just before they get into the turn, where they get the drive off the turn and close that back up to that lit car in front. So some great rubbing and some great racing again.
Yeah, they're doing very well. Just jumping back to the second pack here now. They are making a little bit of gain here. O'Shea is now 4.6 seconds behind, which means they've made up about a second since the last time we checked them. And I see Stephen Williams is dropping back here.
The other thing too, Matt, is that this is our longest race. It's actually the proper 500-mile race.
Oh, someone just got spat out there. Campbell?
Yeah. Well, very well done to keep that going.
Yeah, I'll just have a quick look at that. So just not sure what score is that.
Looks like Nathan may have got into the back of him a little bit.
Trying to get a good camera shot of it. Here we go. So yeah, Will's just giving him a shot. He's just come underneath, got a little bit of overlap, come down, and yeah.
Nathan may find himself in trouble for that move too post race. So the admins are going to have a bit to look at.
Yeah, there's a bit going on. It's you can see the major differences though. You can see the top what are they? 11, 12. Well, that pack of O'Shea and Ukua has got right onto the back of them now. Yeah. I was going to say, you can see the difference where the front of the field is really nice and settled. It's calmly logging laps, but then the back of the field are just crazy. But yeah, we've seen Ukua, O'Shea, Finlay, Wellman, Dixon, that pack, that was, when we last checked on them, they were 4.6 seconds off, and now they've got right up to the back of it.
So, the message we need to send down to those guys at the back is, hey guys, form up, and you'll be back up to the lead pack in a couple of laps.
Yeah, it definitely can be done. That's proof of it. So yeah, they do need to work smarter.
And Steve Hoppett's back out there, rotating, and he's about to go a lap down once this lead pack catch him. Oh, sorry, he's 4 laps down, so he's about to go 5 laps down.
Yeah, I think he's had a bit of pit work done on his car, unfortunately.
Yeah. Just heard the radio light up. He's aware that they're catching him. He's asked them through the spotter, what are they in, and he's been informed that they're a single file, and he's indicated that he's going to go high for that lead pack. So some great awareness there by Steve.
Needs to go now, though. They're catching
Yeah.
him fast. Whoa.
Yeah, and there he is. He's gone up. Now the only problem with everyone running single file, the marbles of rubber will end up there, and he's got to be careful he doesn't get loose in the marbles mid corner. So
Yeah, I know from experience it's always pretty. You do get a little bit nervous in this situation because no one wants to be the guy who just accidentally clips the wall and comes flying down in front of that line of lead lap cars coming through.
yeah, definitely.
Well,
But the thing is, Matt, the car 14's not out there tonight, so they're pretty safe.
Well, I know I've done it, and well, yeah, but I was able to hold the car against the wall.
Yeah.
Seeing the pack come through now. Is that the last car? Yep. So I hope it's just going to jump onto the back of that pack there. Now 5 laps down.
So the guys that are JCW is 2 laps down, and Derek Jacobs is 2 laps down. So that gives us and Scott McClintock is at a lap down. So Scott is in the lucky dog. But I've got
Scott's
to see.
getting his pit done now. So he's probably getting some repairs done after that incident.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's having a big long stop here. Let's check on our pack.
There's a little bit of a gap between Tristan and Adam, and then from Tristan back to Simon. So it's still within that draft range, but Simon's got to be careful that he doesn't drop too far off Tristan to lose that draft.
Yeah, he's sitting about 0.3 of a second at the moment. Anything sort of over the 0.5, 0.6 of a second is when you just drop.
So while we've got a little bit of a lull, Matt, and I'm not sure how many we got viewing, but anyone out there in TV land, without going to Google or anything, who's had the most 500 wins at Daytona?
I can't answer because I've seen the.
Yep, you've seen.
I know the answer. I'm gonna have to turn the sound off because when those cars come around like that, I can't hear anything but the cars.
Well, we'll definitely be looking. Yep, Foster has just called that he's pitting. So Foster's going to be the first one in the pit lane, apart from Scott McClintock, who is, I have no idea.
Oh, the 035 got really squirrely on the entry there. That was Daniel Heddershot getting really locked up and out of control, but he's managed to get it under control at the start of pit lane.
Let's hope he hasn't picked up a penalty for that.
Yeah. McClintock's still sitting there getting repairs done, I think. We have an answer from Nathan Legg in the ASCAR Facebook chat. Mark, he reckons it was, he's just put the king.
The king?
Mm.
Yeah, I do believe he may be right. But,
so we have more cars on pit lane here.
Yep, everyone seems to be coming down now.
So what do we get? About 38, 39 laps.
Oh, the 03's overrun the pit. Same look like Dave may have gone a little bit too far forward, so that's going to hurt them. Oh, Noddy has. Oh, Noddy, I think it was Noddy has done a big miss.
Did he overshoot his pits, did he?
Oh, he overshot it by 2 pit bays.
Oh,
So,
alright, let's have a look. Watching Noddy Tompkins come in the pits here. Oh, yeah, he's had to... Yep,
totally missed it. So,
he's got there in the end though.
yep.
Shouldn't be too bad, shouldn't cost him too much. But he'll just be hoping that he's going to be able to get out with other cars. I see there is another car behind him, so he will be able to link up with other cars straight away and start using that draft.
And I can tell you that obviously the damage to Scott's car has been too much, and he's put it behind the wall, mate. So he's out of the race, out of the 500.
Lucky for him there.
Oh,
Oh, you see something, Mark?
yeah, I'm just trying to pick the car. Sorry.
That's alright. So we're seeing lots of different packs out there now, which is usually the way when we have green flag pit stops. It sort of shakes them all down. There's Brad Finlay's in for his pit, Nathan Budden, Lockie.
I think it was Nathan. He came in the pit lane and he ended up out in the grass, and that cost him dearly.
I imagine that'll be a penalty as well if he's... yeah, so... You should see in corrected order, Stent out the front.
Yeah,
Yep.
Nathan's definitely got a penalty because he's still in pit lane, so I'd say it's stop go, 40, maybe a 40-second one.
Hold, yeah. That Daniel Hederscheit having after getting a little bit locked up on the edge of the pit lane and managing to do a good job to save it, he has come back out and settled back into second spot.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I'll just refresh this timing of mine because it doesn't like doing what it's doing. So I'm showing Ruben Phelps in 4th and Ed Foster in 5th. Now, that's no good for Ruben. He needs to, like, it's still 150 laps plus to go. He definitely needs to win. As I said at the start, there's no choice but to win for Ruben.
What I might do is I might just quickly change that sound now. So
Yep.
just,
JCW's in pit lane this lap. And here we can see some behind the scenes
oh, no,
running repairs.
I've got a screen up for that, Mark, so I can't see.
Okay.
No one wants to see that stuff.
No.
Alright, it's come back. Cool, we're back in there now. It's a little bit quieter for me, sorry, I just when there was a group of cars coming around, I just could not hear anything other than the cars. Couldn't hear myself think. So I've just had to turn the sound down a little bit. So just checking to see how many sort of groups we've got. Got our top 10 group, which Douglas is on the end of that in 10th spot. Then we've got another group which is Lachlan, led by Lockie, Brad Finlay. They are another 6 seconds behind Dave Douglas. This group here is quickly going to chase down and pick up Finlay and Douglas pretty soon. And these guys are about 9.5 seconds off the lead. And this another group here, there's Chisholm Koch and Matty Ray. Matty Ray there, leading the next group. These guys are 27 seconds off the lead, so they really need to get this formed up and get hustling. Will Jesberg is out on his own in no man's land. He is gonna get swamped by leading cars soon. They're looming up back behind him. Just see if we can. We should be seeing some lead lap cars coming around pretty soon.
There they are, just coming up to him.
So I always like to keep the camera on a car in a situation like this, getting lapped, because sometimes you do see a bit of action come out of it. As we see the leaders now flying past. The good news for him is that it won't be only 10 cars before he can drop onto the back of them. So there's only a couple more cars to get past. So as Douglas makes the pass now, he needs to drop down low and get on the back of this pack.
Yeah, he should be down there now, so...
Yep. Don't hesitate. Get down there. Pick up that draft. He's waited too long.
Too slow. Yeah, too long, and it's gapped him.
Yep. So, well, he might get away with it. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But this pack here now they've caught up to Requio and Finlay. So we have a nice little pack here. And they now need to push because they're about 8.3 seconds behind Douglas in 10th spot.
So the way I read it at the moment, if the positions stay the way they are, Mr. Foster will take away both the Triple Crown tonight and the championship.
Yeah, just having a nice, quiet, solid run here, isn't he? He's just doing what you need to do on super speedways. Really, you just log those laps and yeah. I think he's about to come up to the minimum required distance as well, is he?
Yeah, 50 laps is the minimum that he needs to do. But I know he's said that he doesn't like super speedways, but we may see him stay out there for the Triple Crown.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he was sort of thinking that he might do the minimum distance and then park it up and celebrate the championship with a few drinks and that, but sometimes you can be like that, but when you get in the heat of the battle of the race, it can change everything. You're like, oh no, I might just stay out. I'll just do a few more laps.
Yeah, just one or two more.
Yeah. Hopefully for the race he stays out. But if not, hopefully we'll get him up here. As that front group is really just very, very stable. Logging laps, really. That's what I call it. Just ticking off the lap count.
A few people have said to me, "Oh, why don't we move Daytona to the start of the season like everyone else?" Well, I don't think it's the right move. A lot of these guys run in 3 or 4 different leagues, and by the time they get to us on Saturday night, I think a lot of guys are over the 500. So, and when I started the league, we named it the championship, the Road to Daytona. So hence why we run the Daytona at the end of the season as the grand finale.
Having the Daytona 500 at the end of the year is a good idea. You've been driving this car for the best part of the season now, or a year, so you're a bit more familiar with the car. Yeah. I don't think it really matters. Anytime you do a Daytona 500, it's always good.
Yeah, we're missing a few guys tonight. I know Aidan Schultz is normally a driver that's here for the 500, but he's had family commitments, and a few other guys that would normally be here has let me know that, hey, we can't make it tonight. None of the Southern Star boys are here, so they've had commitments elsewhere, so it's unfortunate for them. Adam Malone was right up there in the championship, so it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's the trouble with a full length season. It's a long season that it's hard to be, you're not professionals, you're not getting paid for it. It's hard to be committed to it for the full year. There's, you know, rightly so, there's things in real life that you need to be doing and taking care of, and that matters more than sim racing.
Oh, definitely. And look, I'm not going to hang anyone for not making races through the year. As you said, Matt, it's real life. This is a bit of fun and entertainment on Saturday night, and it's just good to see the guys turn out and race when they can.
Indeed, yeah, that's what it's all about, really.
Well, let's hope we see you out there sometime next year, mate. So you can get a bit of seat time, because there's a few things in the pipeline that will free up a little bit of your time. So I'm hoping that you can find time some Saturday nights to come join us out here on the racetrack.
Yeah, no, I'd definitely like to get out there. It's just getting everything lined up, so I've got the time, really.
Yeah.
It's hard when you put in sort of close to 10 hours, and that's before you do any practice or any racing. Doing a couple of broadcasts, doing administration of the series and stuff. So it just makes it hard when you're already sunk 10 hours in for your week of your spare time, and then you got to practice on top of that, and then go and race. So, but hopefully, a few things in the work. I'm trying to get everything a bit more planned and organised a bit better, so that it does free up a bit more time.
Yeah, I've just seen the move there by Simon and Double D dropped down in front of Daniel to leave.
It's got pretty racy up the front there. There's definite plan there. Norman Clark, once he got clear, he dropped down, and unfortunately Simon didn't have anywhere to go. Got hung out on the outside line. But we're seeing the two Natari cars now lined up at the front here, and Foster's pushing Clark, and it's got all of a sudden it sort of woke up out of its slumber and got a bit aggressive.
Yeah. And we're still 145 laps away from the checkered flag.
Yeah. So what have we got? We got 3 Natari cars in the top 6. So they'll be looking to get lined up and working together. As we see, Foster is giving Clark huge push. That's sort of textbook super speedway work there from Foster. It's lined up nice and straight on the back of the bumper. Car's not moving around that much, and just giving him a really good push.
Yeah, and what I found with these cars, you definitely have to be square on the bumper to get that nice little catch and get the push going. Otherwise, you end up turning the car around that you're trying to help.
Yeah, you just don't want to get on that corner. We saw that a little bit earlier with a little spin out, I think, from Campbell, where when it just wasn't lined up straight. Get a little bit of overlap in the wrong place.
Yep.
We're seeing Phelps and the group that he was at the front of, they've done a good job. They've got into this lead pack now. Sorry, we got Phelps. Got my drivers confused. So Phelps was always a part of that pack. But that car behind the Chroma. Urquio's ahead of the other pack. They're still 9.5. They did get it down to about 8.5, but it's gone back up to 9.5 behind the leaders. And then that's third group of Matty Ray. He's got Stephen Williams behind him. So unfortunately, they're not really gaining any time on the leaders, but they've slowed the drop. Stephen Williams is very good on the super speedway as well. He knows what he's doing, getting lined up behind Matty Raider, giving good pushing. So that'll be sort of stemming the damage really. So instead of losing almost a second a lap to that lead bunch, they're only losing maybe 0.1 to 0.2 of a second of a lap. So yeah, so they'll just be hoping that the caution comes along at some point that will get them caught back up to the main pack and hopefully stay on the lead lap until that point.
Yeah, it's big ask. Not that they're working well together, Stevie, Dub and Matty Ray. Noddy's there. But the other three cars, they need to get up and really join up with those two front cars, and we've just seen that now. They're closing up down the straight. So
yeah, you can see Williams there giving Raymond a really big push.
And you can see what you were saying there before, Matt, is that down the straight, the nice big push, and as they start to come into that turn, he just lifts off the throttle just that little bit to not be in that bumper and unsettle the car in the turn.
Yeah, you don't really want to be touching the car in the back when you go into that corner. It's not so bad as what it used to be with this car. Some of the old cars where it was a big no-no. If you touched another car in the corner like that on the bumper, they were bound to spin out. So these cars are a little bit more forgiving. So you see someone get spat out the side there.
I think that was
Nixon. He might have run out of fuel.
I was just going to say, he won't want to sit there and bring out a caution because he will get hit with a big stick.
I suspect he might have run out of fuel.
Fuel. Oh, Noddy's been spat out. Or is he coming into pit lane?
Let's have a look and see.
Yeah, he got spat out there somehow. He broke loose on him.
There we go. Just drifted up the track. So that's the second case we've seen of that tonight, where the guys have just stepped up the track a little bit and then it's kind of got loose on them. So it's got to be a coming up the track at the wrong sort of angle, bit of an aero issue maybe.
Yeah.
See this pack here coming along. Lockie's still at the front of that pack. And up the front, we've still got this, yeah.
So out of our 29 drivers that started the race, we still have 28 drivers in the race. The retirements have been Connor Nixon, by the look of it. Or did I just see him out on track still?
He just parked up and towed to the pits. I suspect he might have run out of fuel or something. It was really weird. McClintock's the only one who's taken it behind the wall, I believe, at this stage.
Yeah.
And Nixon as well might have taken it behind the wall.
I can't see him in here, so I can't get down and have a chat to him to find out actually what happened. So we'll just have to wait and see if we can find out a little bit later on. I know there are some boys out here tonight, Matt, that said if they do get a caution, they're happy to come up and have a quick chat with us, so we can see if and when that happens.
Yeah, I suspect we might not see a caution out on track. It might be something that's triggered off by that entry to pit lane. Yeah, it's fairly well behaved so far.
I can tell you, by the end of the 200 laps, if we don't have a caution, there's going to be some tired boys out there.
Yeah.
Oh, a bit of a check up there at the front. But in saying that too, Matt, it doesn't really take much to here on the super speedways to get a caution. All it's going to take is
jeez. That was a brave move. I thought we were going to see one of there as we're talking about it.
Yeah, it's only going to take a slight tap at the speeds these guys are going. And please forgive me, I still working in miles. Norman Clark's up to 188 mile an hour, 189 mile an hour, 194 miles an hour. So they ain't mucking around.
No. We might do a little bit of a onboard headshot here. We might actually have a look and see. Yeah, that gives us our speed there. Might have gone too quiet on the sound there, Mark. It's pretty quiet now.
It's all right. People know what these sound like, so.
But I'm not sure if it affects the output to the stream or not, the sound, so yeah, we'll see. So you see just riding with header shy on board. You saw him have the line checked up there. He had to either lift or get a little bit of brake into it. Who's that up high that they're about to pass? Is that Noddy? Yep. So Noddy Tompkins goes a lap down on the outside there.
So that was the result of him being spat out to that, just getting loose and getting down, and losing grip with the pack.
Yeah, and once you do that, your lap times, I mean, it was almost 4 seconds a lap slower lap time that time around. So you see here the shot here, not going to take it. Just doing a good job here, just aware that there's these checkups happening and you have to put a little bit of brake in it sometimes, or just be off the accelerator.
Again, though, if you hit touch that brake too hard, it's definitely going to send you for a nice little jaunt.
Yeah, well that's the thing. Like we've seen a couple of cars get aero out of shape when the cars sort of go up out of the draft in front of them at the wrong sort of angle on the spanking and the track corners, that it just flies them out a bit. Let's have a look back here.
You know, the one person that comes to mind that we're missing tonight is Michael Skurlock. He's normally one for a super speedway, and he hasn't been able to pull the car out of the shed and join us tonight.
No, where have you gone, Skurlock? I'm just going to see if I can adjust that sound a little bit again. It's getting a little bit louder.
So I'm calling you out, Mr. Skurlock. Let's see you back out in track in a couple of weeks for our truck series.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in an NASCAR either, so it's a bit disappointing. He's a bit of a character we always like to see. We always like to interview and chat to.
Yeah, but he's always up for a chat, unless there's food on offer.
So I've just turned the sound back up a bit, so hopefully that's a little bit better.
Abigail will definitely let us know, and welcome to the broadcast, to the channel, Abigail. Oh, I'm sorry, I actually didn't see that. Mr. Dyson has given us a wave in the YouTube channel. So
yeah, it looks like he stopped by to give us a wave, and I asked him why he wasn't in the race, but he hasn't responded. So he might have just popped in for a wave and then gone again.
And I know I still have to send him the trophy. It's sitting here but I've decided to wait to the end of the season and send all the trophies out together. Saves a little bit on mail cost.
Not a bad idea.
So post-race, Matt, I will try and endeavour to get the points updated as quick as I can for you, and bring it back to everyone. The championship, we won't know the 100% points, because I need to go through and do that in depth, but we will know who has won the championship and the positions. So you just have to bear with us that we don't have the updated points, and I will post them up on our webpage, www.weekendwarriorsascc.com, for anyone who wants to drop by and have a look. That's the only problem with these long races, mate, is we need to find some filler-in stuff. So what I will do, are we up for some trivia?
Go for it. Sorry, I was just grabbing something to eat.
Yeah, no, you're right. Okay, so the Daytona track itself is just located on Daytona Beach, Florida, just 5 miles from the main pier on the beach. So you can go to the races, and then go for a nice little short 5-mile walk down to the beach, and either enjoy a swim or enjoy a fish. The construction on the track was started in November of 1957 and was opened for business in February 1959 at a cost of $3 million US. So convert that to today's money, and that's quite a bit more than what it was back then. The track is a tri-oval, 2.5 miles long, or 4.02 k's. The big thing is it has 31 degrees of banking in turns 1 and 2, and 18 degrees through the tri-oval, and just 2 degrees down the back straight. So it's fairly high banking here, Matt.
Yeah, big walls. Seen some great shots of real life where they people standing at the bottom of the banking in turns 1 and 2, or 3 and 4, and just how high it is.
Yeah, most definitely. The track has 7 layouts and can be used for different motorsports. So I think there's a bike track. We've got the Roval, and a few other. They've got the Legends car short track.
Yeah, of course they do the 24-hour Daytona races done on the Roval part, the road course, every year.
So, lights weren't installed here until 20-something years. My maths is no good. Lights were installed in 1998, so I actually thought they were installed a little bit earlier than that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, I would have thought they would have had lights earlier as well. So.
No, it's according to my source, it's 1998. So what's that? 98, 2008, 24 years ago.
Because Daytona 500 is always during the day, and then the July summer race is the night race.
Yeah, I decided to throw a curveball at the boys tonight, so we'll see what the backlash is from that. Mate, there is a sad side to Daytona though. Sadly, 40 people have lost their lives, with 23 car drivers killed, 12 bike riders, 3 go-kart racers killed, and believe it or not, a powerboat racer killed, and 1 track worker. So You don't really see it down to the back. There's a big lake here, and obviously they are.
As we're seeing pit stops happen now.
Yeah, I just watching Simon. I really hope he got that thing pulled up.
Yeah, he's massively in front there, isn't he? Keep an eye on his pit stop and see how he gets on. Haven't got a very good view at all. There we are.
Norman Clark first off pit lane.
Looks like Simon is stationary still. Yeah, I'd say he's copped a penalty because he is twice as long as what you'd normally be there now.
He's
Yeah. He looks like, yeah.
Yeah, he's still in pit lane, so.
Yep, he's got a speeding on entry into pit lane penalty, I'd say.
Yep.
So yeah, I was just about to say, Mark, that we will probably be seeing the second lot of replay stops kick on. So, yeah, just as I was thinking that, it happened.
Yeah. I just heard Lachlan call that he's pitting. So he'll be in first service this time round.
Yeah, looks like they're pushing hard this last in lap.
Right. And it looks like most of the guys have decided to take tyres too with taking full tank. Because there is 6 sets of tyres available to these guys tonight.
Yeah, you can fuel. A full tank of fuel will cover the tyres in terms of time. You get both of them done at the same time. If you've got 6 sets of tyres, you're going to be stationary enough time for the full tank of gas. You might as well get 4 tyres at the same time. Only comes down to when you're near the end and you only need like a 20 lap stop or something that you might consider just taking no tyres or something. Gonna get my other camera working again.
Sorry, I'm just replying to
right.
one of the messages in YouTube.
That's alright. I'm just getting my my Zoom working again. Just waiting for the order just to settle in a bit. See, Mark Smith here is about to make his stop. Is he by himself? Is there any other cars around? Looks like he is coming in on his own.
So, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I made a mistake before. Mark Smith is actually sitting in 4th place in the championship, and Norman Clark in 5th.
So Mark's decided he's pitted he's gone a couple of laps extra than everybody else and pitted on his own, which is dangerous because you may not pick up another car on the way out for the draft. So let's see how this plays out for him as we see the leaders come flying past now. That's Clark and Foster. Sort of settling down a bit here now. So Clark and Foster have done a really good job getting in and getting onto pit road and off again. They've come out, they've got a 3.8 second lead, but it's a pack of cars behind them, so that pack should chase those two at the front down. And Smith here, is he going to be able to pick up somebody on the draft? Don't think he's going to be able to pick up the car in front, but here comes Wellman and O'Shea, so he should be able to tag on along with these two.
Oh, great run there by O'Shea around the outside.
Just timed it well. Gets it done and drops down. So Mark Smith has picked up a couple of cars, so that's going to be good. He's not going to drop too much time. Jump back up to the front. We've got the Clark and Foster cars 3 seconds ahead now. And their teammate Headshot, he is his next pack of 5 cars. So at the moment, Natari 1, 2, 3.
And I know it's so early. We've still got 108 laps to go, 118 laps, 17. It'd be great to see Norman pick up a win tonight. He's had a stellar season, 32 starts, 8 top 5s, 18 top 10s. And he's sitting in fifth place in the championship. So it would be great to see him pick up a win.
It would be indeed. Now, this is going to be interesting. The top 2 cars, they picked up a group of 3 cars and lapped them. Now, if those 3 cars jump in behind them, the draft that they generate might be big enough that they might actually be able to keep that gap of 2.8 seconds to Headshot and that group of cars behind them.
And it looks like these guys are closing up. Adam Ariel, Brett Campbell and Simon Heathershield. And I'm sure I'm pronouncing that name wrong.
I think it's Heathershied, yeah. I'm not sure. Apologies if we pronounce anyone's names wrong. But we can see that group there, yeah. So 2 lead, first and second car, and 3 lap cars there. Just wondering if they're going to have enough draft to keep ahead of Heathershied. And I think they might do.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you can see there where Simon got on the outside of Brett, and you can see that gap that opened up because of that between running side by side. These cars just don't like the side draft at all, do they, Matt?
No, they don't. They just don't like the side draft at all. And they're very weird. Like, yeah, 2 cars it's pretty hard, but you just add 1 more car, you get 3 cars, and then you're away. You're gold. And you know, you can probably, with 3 cars, you can probably keep the gap now to a group of 10 or 15 cars all lined up. It's, yeah, just the way the aero is.
I'm pretty sure there is an aero change coming next year in real life for these things, so just have to wait and see how that plays out.
Yeah, they are talking about tweaking the aero package. I'm not sure if they're talking about tweaking it on Super Speedway though. I think they're looking more at the short track and road courses, so yeah. As you see, Stephen Williams is about to go 1 lap down. Tristan Koch. Now the next one in danger is Brad Finlay, so he's about 14-15 seconds up the road. So he's the next one that could be in danger of going a lap down.
So just to expand on some of our racing rules. So if you're a lap down, you can fight the leaders. 2 laps down, you can fight the leaders. But when you drop to 3 laps or more down, we ask the guys to be a little bit polite and gentleman type and move aside and let the leaders pass unobstructed. So the only person that's 3 laps down is Derek at the moment, and by the looks of it, Derek is actually taking the car behind the wall. So the last car running in the field is JCW, and he's only 2 laps down. So he has every right to keep racing those lead guys when they get to him, if they get to him.
I mean, when you say keep racing, you don't want to be aggressive or stupid about it. You just want to keep in touch with the leaders, pretty much is what you want. And yeah, you don't want to be racing to get your lap back or anything silly like that. But something that we did miss in that round of pit stops, it looks like Phelps picked up a penalty as well. He was stationary for 44 seconds, and that's put him 1 lap down. So this is why we're seeing him right on the back of Matthew Raymond, who is still on the lead lap and pushing pretty hard.
So in that case, if he doesn't get his lead lap back, the championship has been decided. We will be crowning Mr. Ed Foster as the champion for the Custom Paints and Diecast Australian Stock Car Championship, and that will be his second championship with the Weekend Warriors this year, because 2 weeks ago he sealed and clinched the 87 Masters Championship, which was a great and an impressive run for him to do for the first year that we've run those cars.
Yeah, he's definitely done a lot of winning this year, that's for sure.
He's been right up in everything. Like with Ann's car, he was battling Dyson for the championship on Thursday night. Unfortunately, well done to Andrew Dyson for winning the championship, but it really came down to that last race for Ed again. And like tonight, it just seems like there's a lot of championships this year that are coming down to that last race of the season.
That's what we want to see. We want to see good close competition through the field.
Oh, definitely. And you can see Ed giving the Norman the hurry up to try and keep him out in front there.
Yeah, just had to cool the engine off a little bit there, I think, or maybe got a little bit too much of a run. So yeah, this is it's really interesting here. They've got the first and second car at the lead of this pack, and then you've got a whole bunch of lap cars behind them, and
yeah, that group behind them is from 15th down to 18th. So, and they're all a lap down. So Adam Ariel, from now, will be the lucky dog and get back onto the lead lap.
yeah, and I imagine that the other cars behind them would be just keeping an eye on that and looking for an opportunity to get back on the lead lap as well, or get the lucky dog position. But they are, I mean, they're keeping their distance to the third place. The third place is still 3.3 seconds behind in another pack. Still a pack of 5, although looks like Campbell's about to pull up on the back of them. Just got lapped by them, so 6-car pack there.
And that third pack of which Lockie's in front of, he's closing in on this pack a little bit.
Yeah, Lockie definitely, he did the fastest lap time last lap, so they're definitely hauling the mail. And the 2 packs up front are doing pretty much identical times. O'Shea's giving him a real good push there, so those two are working really well together, trying to grab work that 4-car bunch back up in touch with that bunch in front of them.
Oh, we're going to go caution. We will have a caution. Yes, we are under caution. Simon just touched the back of Adam and turned him.
Oh, they're still wrecking. Still a bit of arca brakes going on there. What's going on? Let's have a look and see if we can work out what's happened. Slow down
Simon.
Here. So Simon in the white and blue car. He's come along here. He's got a really good run. He's
Looks like he's
come
just
down.
as he's come down and just tapped the back of Adam Ariel, and that sent Adam into the.
Oh, and then a massive net code. Look at that. See if we can get a better view here. So Simon had a massive run by the looks of it, and went to the outside with it.
Yeah, gone to the outside.
40 was clear, came back down, not clear. caught the back of Ariel there, and then we'll see. Netcode's figured that the 55 came flying back out the wall, and it didn't, and that sent the 053 flying. And from there, I think we saw that. We'll just see if we can watch header shot. Oh, broke the rear right wheel. Look at that.
Yeah.
He's trying to
That's,
drive it, but it's not going anywhere. Yeah.
So that'll be Simon's race over and done with.
Yeah, will definitely be a lengthy repair, that one. So we'll come back live. Let's see, have we got any takers for pit road? We do. Foster's in. Clark's in. So Foster and Clark are out. Daniel Hedeshide is out. So 3 Natari cars there, all fueled up. And maybe some tyres as well. Toby Stint as well. Doing a good job. And up the back, I think we're seeing a whole bunch of cars pit.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk on the race radio. Guys are not paying attention to the black box instructions, and there's been some guys with ended up with black flags passing under a yellow. So
that's the worst here. I've had that happen to me. I think even my first or my second Daytona 500 I picked up a black flag from something like that.
Yeah,
pretty early in the race, and yeah,
it's pretty hard. We've got the pilot of the number 8 car decided to join us. You got a copy there, Jamie?
Yeah, got you guys. How we going?
Yeah, good, mate. How's the race going in your eyes at the moment? Sitting down in 11th?
It's just turned to rubbish. There's a heap of us just got got black flags then for passing under yellow, apparently. That's what all the congestion was at pit entry. So expect a heap of cars coming in with this starts under serving a black flag.
Oh, that's no good, mate. Are you mixed up in that?
Yep.
That's unfortunate, mate.
For no reason, right? Sitting exactly where you should, and as soon as you cross the line, you're sitting behind the car. It said to stay behind. As soon as you cross the line coming into pits, black flag.
Is that a stop and go, Jamie, or just a drive-through?
It told me it was a 30-second hold.
Oh, wow. So we're going to see a whole bunch of cars 30-second hold.
Yep.
Going a lap down.
I'd say so.
That's not good, mate. That's not good. Well, we'll let you get back down and into your team chat channel, and thanks for giving us a bit of time tonight. And unfortunate, mate, you've ended up with that black flag, but let's hope you can get back to it.
Yeah, we'll give it a go. Give it a go. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jamie. Thanks for your time, mate.
So,
well, mate, that's not good.
No, we're going to see a whole bunch of these cars come in for a 30-second hold, I would say, when it goes back green, which will be the next lap around.
Yeah. I'm just hoping that none of these lead cars, some of the guys that are... So if that's the case, we're going to end up with these guys a lap down by the first lap of the restart.
Well, the danger is 30-second hold, they're definitely going to go one lap down. They're definitely going to lose one lap, regardless where you are. But it will also put you at risk of going 2 laps down as well, because when you come back out on track and get up to speed, that pack's still at full speed, so they could be coming around and to put you another lap down as well.
Yeah, definitely. And you can't do the old trick of hanging back with us, because we look at the race restarts, and if anyone's more than 2 cars back, you get a post-race penalty too. So
as we're back underway here, so very choreographed restart there from the Natari cars. Did a really good example of working together, top 3, and
yep.
Let's have a look and see how many cars are going to come in for this penalty too.
Yeah, I was just going to see if I can get my other camera It doesn't want to do it.
Alright, so we should see cars pull off here. Jamie, Lockie, Ruben
Ruben.
Phelps. So just the three, is it?
No, there's other cars
yep.
there.
It's 5, 6. There's a whole bunch of cars.
Toby Stent.
Toby Stent got one, did he?
Daniel Hedderscheid, is it?
Daniel's there as well.
Oh, no, that's...
Yeah. So it looks like stop and go though. Lockie and that are all out. I think Daniel... I think something might have happened on the restart there, because just the way that the Terra cars were choreographing that restart, they might have just got a little bit wrong or something. So he might have copped a penalty from that restart.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but it's something that we don't touch. If iRacing gives you a black flag, it's it. There's no question.
Yeah, because Jamie and Lachlan, Jamie was stationary for 2.4, Lachlan was stationary for 7, Tristan was stationary for 6, Adam Tice was 8.4, and Daniel's been stationary for 29.8. So
I'm just going to refresh my timing, because it's showing me that Jamie's been lucky and he's been able to stay on the lead lap at the moment. So that's one good thing. Same with Lockie. So Wade Shooty is in the 03 car. He's the first person that's a lap down. Stevie Dubb's been able to stay on the lead lap. So half race distance. We still have 23 cars in the race, but 10 cars are lapped down. So Adam Ariel's still in pit lane getting repairs done from that incident with Simon. Simon has parked the car, so that's unfortunate for him. So we've still got Storm and Norman out in front, followed by Ed, Kobe Jordan, Mark Smith, Dave Douglas, Gary Willman. Matty Ray's done well to recover from that first lap. He's up in the 7th. Brad Finley, Dylan O'Shea, Stevie Dubb, Jamie Nankervis and Lachlan are the top 12 and are the ones that are still on the lead lap. Although in saying that, Lockie's just gone a lap down now, so...
yeah, I'd say Jamie's probably at danger of going a lap down too. I think he's out there running on his own.
Yep, he's out in no man's land. No one around him. Although, he probably will go a lap down because he's halfway down the back straight and the lead package is coming on. It's actually good to see the Triple Crown sponsor running at the moment up in 3rd spot, so Kobe will be happy with that.
Yeah, good top 3 run so far.
But we still got a lot of way to go.
How's Jamie looking? Yeah, he's pretty close to going. Oh, there's the leaders right now.
Yeah, he's moved high, so he's aware that they're coming. He'll join the back of this queue, and be the lucky dog should there be another stoppage. Or will he? Yes, because Lockie's the car that'll be behind him, and Lockie's not in this lead pack.
Yeah, Lockie's in this pack here. It's not a bad pack for Lockie to be in though, with O'Shea and Carol Warden. They will be able to work together and get back up to that front pack, I'd say.
Yeah, you definitely you'd like another car or two, but yeah, the 3-car line will definitely move faster than working together.
Yeah, these three will be able to do it good. They're pretty stable, pretty lined up for the most part.
And look, just get back to Jamie. Jamie's actually sitting in first spot. Should he get crashed out now, he'll still be able to hold on to third spot in the championship. So I think he'll just be settling to championship positions.
Yeah, he's sitting pretty good on the back of this pack here. Just he only needs to get past Tristan, but Tristan is about 5 cars ahead in this pack. Tristan is currently the lucky dog.
Yep.
So we've just clicked over 105 laps done now, 95 to go.
I just thought seeing in the background in that second group there with that O'Shea, JCW and Urquhart, it looks like it's Lachlan stopped off.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened there. They sort of spat him out a bit, or I'm not sure.
I did hear something over the radio about him being damaged, so
yeah,
he may be carrying some war wounds.
Yeah, he may have pulled out just because O'Shea and JCW are pushing really hard. May have just backed out of that, but JCW is still 2 laps down, unfortunately.
And that third group of Stent, Heddershide, Phelps.
Yeah, Daniel's pushing pretty hard on the back of Stead there.
Yeah.
Of course, I believe these two are teammates in the New Zealand Sim Racing Oval League, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
Although at least they work together, so they'll be familiar with each other, although Stent's car does look like it has got a bit of damage right in the middle of the back bumper.
Yeah.
Or am I seeing things? Let's have a look. Oh,
that's a nice shot of the undercarriage.
Yeah, it's been a bit weird. So we're on board with Heddershide here. It's just having a look at the back of Stent. There we are. No damage. Oh, I don't know. With the middle of that Toyota bit where the O and the Y is, looks like to me like it's a little bit.
Yeah, may have been just pushed up a little bit.
Yeah. But, these two are working well together, pushing pretty hard. So we can see speed 305, 306 kilometers an hour. Have a look back from the car to Phelps. That's what the front of a Camaro X-Gen car looks like. See that rubber build up on the front there, those black dots on the red, that's all just rubber, the tyres.
Well, at least it's got no plastic bags in it.
Yeah. Ruben gave him a good push there. You could, I don't know if you could pick it up in the audio up on the broadcast, but you could hear the rev RPM change on Daniel's car. You could hear it go up as Ruben gave him a push, and it's like a little bubble of air that you sort of push and you give to the car in front of you. Really, you squeeze up on the back of him, and you push that bubble, and that front car takes that energy and pushes forward with it. The RPM goes up as the speed goes up.
Well, we've been racing now just on an hour, just over an hour and a half, and we've got just over halfway to go. So, but the way these guys are going, I think we'll probably only be racing for another 45 minutes, I'd say. So if we don't get another caution.
I'm just looking at my information. Maybe an hour and 10. Not sure. I lost track of time.
Yeah, no,
How long have we been going for?
an hour and 35 minutes.
Hour 35. Yeah, we should be about maybe an hour and 10. But as you say, it depends on whether we stay green or not. We get a few cautions that might slow it down a bit. I get the benefit of seeing with the overlay system a counter, and you actually see it on the website too. If you look at the live timing, with there's like a counter there for the race that's counting down the time. So I would say that's calculating based on the current lap times how long it thinks the race will take to complete.
So another hour and 8 minutes.
Yeah, hour and 8 minutes. So that's done a big jump. So yeah. It's done a big jump, so you might be right. It might be only 45. Well, we've still got 80, 85, 87 laps to go. So, yeah.
But as you said, Matt, we get a caution, and that all goes out the door.
I'll tell you what, they just went 3 wide there for some lap cars. Let's jump back and have a look at that, shall we? So we're on board with Header Show and we saw it, but yeah, they came up through here and they went 3 wide through the middle of 2 lap cars. One of them being O'Shea.
But this will help this group now, because it's gone from a 3-car field into a 7-car pack. So we may see these guys close up reasonably quick now.
Yeah, they should now. I mean, only the 4th car in the line of O'Shea, he is on the lead lap, but he is 9th position. He is the lucky dog. No, sorry. He's 1 ahead of the lucky dog, so he's the last car on the lead lap is the word I'm trying to find.
Yeah.
And he's in the middle of this pack of lap cars, and yeah, they're running pretty hard. And Toby Stent's got 15 seconds or 15 and a half seconds to Jamie Nankervis, who's the next car 1 lap down, and then Tristan's another second ahead of him. So
we've got the lead pack coming up on the back of our Adam Tyrrell. So it's not. And Lockie's just in front of him.
Oh.
He's called him. He's staying high. So.
And it looks like Douglas and Smith have been able to bridge that gap too.
You just seen there, Dave pull out of that line for a split second to get plenty more air into that front radiator.
Yeah, get a nice big gulp of fresh air in the front of that.
Well, he isn't a Ford, mate, so. He's definitely looking for fresh air, isn't he?
He is. Sorry, I'm just putting. There we are. Hiding the comments for the dirty websites on the chat. Nah, that just came through.
Ah, right.
That's something you have to deal with once you get into the streaming yourself. You get the comments that come through for the dirty websites. So hide those. But
Yeah.
Abigail's done some quick calculations and reckons 68 minutes. So that'll be about right. I get about 64 minutes now.
Yep.
Dave's having a little bit of a bit of weaving going on there. He's either practicing his run for the final lap, where he's going to pull out and go past and get the win, or just giving the car a little bit of a shake, a bit of a boredom buster. Just being a bit silly. Or he might have been just giving his arms a bit of a stretch. But this goes Kobe.
Kobe
now.
Gordon's in.
Now, is that a scheduled stop? I can't remember. When did we go back green?
Yeah.
Actually, I can tell you. I've got the information in front of me. We only did 24 laps since the last pit stop. So, although O'Shea has done 39, so they might be just running a bit of an alternate strategy. They might have had to take a wave round or something. I'm not sure,
But this is dangerous. Kobe, Jordan may end up a lap down here.
I think Kobe and O'Shea must have stayed out at the last caution, and they had to pit this time around. The fuel. So Kobe and O'Shea will need to try and get hooked up, although Kobe is quite a way ahead.
So I'm just trying to do some arithmetic here. So should the race stay the way it is, Foster will take both the Triple Crown and the championship. He has the championship sewn up. Where is Ruben? Ruben's down in 17th. So that will give Jamie Nankervis second in the Triple Crown, and that will give Matty Ray. No, hang on, what? Yeah, it will give. So the Triple Crown will go the way of Ed Foster, Jamie Nankervis, and actually, no, it won't. It'll go Ed Foster. It'll go Foster, Dyson, Nankervis will be the Triple Crown, top three in the Triple Crown.
Just saw Kobe there go one lap down and getting up to speed, and unfortunately for him, Tristan Gotch and Damien Nankervis were already part of that pack, so they were already up to speed, so Kobe wasn't able to stay the lucky dog one lap down, so he now has to try and get past those other two for position. But only 7 cars on the lead lap here, so we are seeing a combination of mistakes and iRacing black flag errors and really thinning out our field. And of course, if you're the front two cars, you want to put as many cars as you can lap down, because it puts them at a real disadvantage. Even if they get the caution and get back on the lead lap, they're still working really hard to just even get back in touch with you, and you can concentrate on getting the win done.
Yeah, definitely. And really the top three are nose to tail, and fourth place Dave Douglas has got Tristan Koch in between himself and the top three. So maybe that's what Dave was looking at with getting out there in that fresh air, just to see what type of run he's got on Tristan.
I think so. I think he was maybe practicing a little bit of the timing of pulling out. As we see, just went wide there a little bit. Maybe just practicing or testing, seeing what kind of run he can get out of the corner on a draft. Practicing for a passing move. But, he's quite happy and content to sit here at the moment. Of course, we're still going to see at least 2 more pit stops, I think.
Yeah, I'd say 2 more.
So the lead cars will have to pit in about 10 laps time, or sorry, about 9 to 10 laps time. That'll put them on the 134, so...
JCW will be in this lap out of that second lot, so that reduces that second group down to 6 cars.
There's JCW coming into the pits by himself at the moment. So we've had a number of cars retire now. We've lost 8 cars out of the field of 29.
And I'm going to give a shout out to my teammate Adam Ariel out there doing the team proud. Still circulating with 7 laps down after that incident. That's seen him and Simon bring out the caution. So well done, Adam, for staying out there, mate. And he's on the tail with the lead pack.
Yeah, just quite happy to sit there. I mean, he's 7 laps down on the lead, so you know, pretty much his race. The smart thing for him to do now is just sit at the end of this pack and just log the laps and for the end of the race, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Not much he can do, unfortunately.
No, the next car in front of him is Will Jesberg, and he's 4 laps up on him. So
yeah, so he's only kind of just waiting for people to drop out with crashes or retirements, and that will move him up the placing. But yeah, we're seeing Norman logging a lot of laps in the lead tonight.
yeah, it's good to see.
So it's definitely pretty quiet at the moment, Mark. Just drivers are circulating around. Seeing how this Toby Stent pack's going.
Oh.
They're trying to haul them out. Is that JCW on the outside there? Of course, it's Stent, Hedishite, maybe Button in there. Let's see where Dylan O'Shea is.
Buttons there. Adam, JCW, and Lockie.
Yeah, 2 laps down now, these guys. And I think we're up to, the leaders are up to 34, 35 laps on the stint, so let's keep an eye out for them to look to pit soon. just having a look at this pack 3 cars that O'Shea is with. Jump back up the front here and keep an eye on the leading group now as they're getting ready to come in for another pit stop.
I don't think Mark Smith's going to have anything for the two Natari cars in front. I think Ed's going to sit there and push Clark to the end if he can.
Yeah, I think Ed would like to see an Atari car win, and if it's not him, then I think he'll do his best to push his teammate to the win.
Yeah, definitely. And it's unfortunate for Daniel. He's a lap down in 12th place. So, although he's been super speedway, anything's possible. But you've got to say that Daniel's going to finish outside the top 10 off the lead lap, unfortunately.
I don't know. I mean, if we see another caution and we see the aggression levels go up at the end of the race, we could see multiple cautions. And yeah, I think it's going to be too much to get 2 laps back, because when it shakes out, he'll be 2 laps down because he's got to top up of fuel in there, and the leader's about to pit. So yeah, you need a fair amount of cautions now, unfortunately, to be able to get back into contention.
Yep. So with like Tristan, Jamie, and those guys that are a lap down in this lead pack, you'd have to say you'd come into the pit lane with them, wouldn't you?
Oh, you just have to stay there. You have to stay with the leaders.
So I just heard over the radio, Matt. Sorry,
yep,
that Norman and Ed are in this lap.
Yeah, you just have to. I mean, there's not much you can do in this situation until you get a caution. You might as well just stay with them. Try and stay in the lucky dog position. You're just holding out for a caution, really. If you try and do anything different, you might lose the pack, you might lose the draft, and you might lose the lucky dog position. So, yeah. But I do see that they are going to stay out.
Yep, but Jamie Nankervis has come in with the lead pack, so, and same with Adam Ariel. So they've probably done the smart move with Jamie. He'll get that lap back on these guys as they come around. But Mark Smith stayed out, which is unusual. I would have thought he would have come in.
Yeah, he might be. I mean, being in the draft, he would have got a little bit better fuel mileage.
Yeah.
And Ed would be just pitting with Norman anyway. So
Yeah,
Ed might not be out of fuel, but he would have just put it anyway.
Yeah, and he's jumped his teammate.
Yeah, so I would say that because Norman was out the front, he probably would have had to put more fuel in. Like, I don't think Ed would have been out of fuel.
Yeah, so we've got Mark Smith, Matty Ray, and Tristan Cott in pit lane this time round.
So yeah, so you would have seen, because Ed was second in that pack the whole time, he would have used less fuel. So when they did the pit stop, he would have had a bit less fuel to put in than Norman, and that's probably why he's ended up jumping them there. I mean, we're only talking 0.2 of a second difference in pit stop time. But that's all it takes.
And that's actually given Brad Fenley the lead of the race for a short time. As he peels off.
Peels off to pit now, yep. And I see Norman has got back in front of Edward. So they've coordinated that again. And the reason why they'll be doing that is Ed is probably a stronger pusher than Norman, so that's probably why they've lined up that way.
Oh, Brad. I think Brad Fenley just overran his pit. I had a camera change just as he pulled up. I think he did. I think he ran his pit because he's been in there a little while.
Not too bad. 15-second pit stop.
Yeah, no, he may have been right on the cusp, but he needs to get up to speed here.
His lane time was a 37.6 in the lane, so you're right. I think he might have taken a little bit of extra second or two just to get lined up in the box. But then his pit crew put out a pretty quick stop for him. Now, if you're the rest of the field, this is a dangerous sight.
Yeah.
Because you've got Ed, who's very, very good on super speedways, pushing his teammate, and then you've got Dave Douglas, who is very, very good on super speedways as well. So these three lined up. I think you can see the gap to fourth place is already stretching out, and it's only these three cars lining up because these three know how to get speed or how to make speed out of this.
And I wouldn't count out 3 wide across the through the tri-oval if it stays this way to the end.
No, exactly. And then let's have a look at that fourth place. It's got Jamie and Curvis. So Jamie must be the lucky dog position.
Yeah, that's correct, mate.
Yep.
He's lucky dog in 10th position.
So I see Tristan had a bit of a slow stop and a bit of slow lane time as well. So that's allowed Jamie to get the jump on him there for the lucky dog position.
And when it comes down to it, that's pretty good considering he's had to come back in and serve that drive-through that stopped.
So you can see the difference here. This second group of 3 cars, you can just see they're a bit more spread out. And if we go to the front group of 3 cars, we can see they're a bit more compressed and pushing harder, and that means that their lap times are about 0.1 to 0.2 of a second faster. So they're just stretching out that gap from 3rd to 4th now.
So just so people understand that Norman's last lap was a 46.6, and the lead car in that second group,
47.3, Gary Wellman.
Yeah. So
0.9 of a second, 0.7 of a second. Yeah.
Not really. Just looking at the group of 3 of Brett Campbell, O'Shea, and Will Yesberg down the back. They're trying to work together and get back some gap.
Yeah, O'Shea is back on the lead lap, but with the alternative pit strategy. He's 14 laps different to their leaders on pit strategy, so he's back on the lead lap, but he is in danger of going down another lap or going down the lap again. because the leaders are only about maybe 5 seconds behind.
These guys here are trying to work together. They're chatting on the radio, trying to work out who's going to lead where. And
I think O'Shea might be a better pusher, so that's what I think they're trying to get him into the pushing position.
I think I heard Brett say something about a little bit of damage.
Yeah,
but
and O'Shea's got damage on the front of his car as well, so yeah, that's what they must be coordinating. The pace up the front from these three cars is just brutal. It's been brutal all race, really. 9 cars, soon to be just 8 cars on the lead lap. Out of 100, after 143 laps of 200.
So I'm just wondering when Ed's going to park it.
That's what I told you. Like he said, he was thinking about parking it after 50 laps, but once you're in the moment,
Yep.
he's probably really enjoying just hanging back here, working with Norman, and just pushing and having fun with it.
Yeah, definitely. And look, as like any of us, we all want to get out there and race, and when you do get the chance to get out there and have a race, you say one thing, but then the race driver takes over in you, and it's a complete turnaround.
Just one more lap, and all of a sudden you're 200 down. But yeah, you do get carried away with those races. They are a high-speed game of chess. You know, playing chess at 200 miles an hour, really. And so far, it's working pretty good for this top 3. Interesting to see Matty Ray's got himself back up to 6th position after those early troubles. He was
it's been a great race from him.
Yeah, he was part of that pack that was really struggling to get organised, and I think at one point they dropped to about 35 seconds behind the leaders, and they were in real danger if it kept on going green.
Yeah, don't forget too, Matt, he was involved in that first lap incident with Nathan Button.
Yep.
So that's been a great drive back for Matt.
Yep, that's the beauty of these long oval races like this. If you keep in it, you're a good chance.
I think you may be right, Abigail. I don't think I've ever seen Ed park it from a race, even when he said that he's going to.
Yeah, you should have heard him, Abigail. He was pretty confident he was going to park it after 50 laps. Luckily for us, he's decided not to.
Well, we're almost at the 3/4 point of the race. So, yeah, let's see if we can keep going green flag all the way. With only the one caution in the race. It's been great racing from everyone in the race tonight, right throughout the field.
See, O'Shea, I think, tried to stick with these guys in front, but he might just have that little bit of damage on the front. He's really trying to hang with, get on the back of Dave there, so let's see if he can manage that. Of course, he is now in the lucky dog position. And he's got about 6.1 seconds back to Jamie Nankervis, who is the second car 1 lap down. Yeah, I just don't think he's able to hang. He's got that damage in the front. There's obviously been a check-up at some point, and he's hit someone in the back, and he tried to sort of bridge that gap and make it across to those cars in front. but it's just not going to happen. So he's
And
going to
it
drop
doesn't.
back.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much damage on these cars to really have an effect on the aero.
Especially the middle of the front bumper as well is one of the worst places you can get to. So I think we're going to see him. We can see him now. He's already getting ready. Jesberg and Campbell are going to go catch back up to him, and then there's Wellman and Smith and Raymond behind them. Sorry, Wellman, Smith, and Nankervis.
When these two little small packs join up, that'll be a benefit for all 6 cars. They'll be able to work together a lot better.
They will be, yeah. Hopefully, need to get maybe the lead lap cars out in the front of it because I think they're a little bit cleaner. Although O'Shea right on the back of Jesberg will definitely work.
Oh, scary moment.
I think it's the lap cars there. They decided to get out of the way and. Oh, Smith's just trying to get through. It's going to stall him out. It's going to hurt Smith somewhat. Oh, they need to get this organised or they'll drop the Wellman car and the Vancouver's car. Probably need to crack the throttle and maybe let the 07 drop down in front.
Yeah, Brett's part of that team there, so he's gone up and joined his teammate to give him a push to get in front of O'Shea, and that's worked well. So
yeah, they're going to pick up the cars, yeah. It's hard to coordinate that stuff. You've got drivers, different teams, and it's hard to get it sort of on the same page and work out what is the best thing to do there. But they've got it sorted out now. They just need to stay here as a group of 6 cars and just make as much speed as they can.
So that now with Nankervis getting back in front of O'Shea, that's giving Nankervis the lucky dog. So he'll be hoping for a caution, I'd say.
Yeah, he will be.
Oh, and we've got it. Or is it going to stay? I think that's going to stay.
Yep.
Yeah, green.
And I'd say Smith's going to take a pit, but I'd say he's probably got a lengthy penalty from that too. Let's jump back and see if we can work out what happened there. I think Smith got out of line, and then Campbell got the overlap, and so that's teammates, wasn't it? That.
Yeah.
So hopefully, for Mark's sake, he's managed to get it slowed down enough on that entry to pit lane. Can't tell.
No, he hasn't. He's still in pit lane.
Yeah, and Campbell will probably have one as well going on the grass there. So just jump back and grab another camera view of it. Let's jump on the chopper view. So we kind of see. Zoom that out a bit. So Smith went up high. Campbell thought there was an opening for him. Oh, he got a touch. Oh, so that changes it. Let's have a look back there.
That changes a lot.
So just a bad bump, I think. So we can see Campbell down the bottom. He gets a touch from O'Shea in the right rear, which was just enough to unsettle the car, fire it up a little bit. Normally it wouldn't be a problem, except for the fact that there was a car right in the middle lane. And boom, it hits him in the left rear. And then that sends them both spinning.
Just see if
Campbell help straighten Smith back up a bit and stop him from going to the wall.
Yeah. Mark Smith is still in pit lane, so I say he's fixing with some damage and
yeah, it's a lengthy pit stop there.
Yeah.
As I say, like it was a bit of a just a bad bump. Wouldn't have been an issue if there was somebody in the third lane up high, maybe. Campbell might not had enough room to catch it, but because there was a car in the middle, that just meant that it was just this bit of touch on the right rear, and that sent Smith spinning.
Yeah. So, Gary Willman now up in the 4th. Matty Ray up in the 5th. Brad Finley, great drive by Brad, up in the 6th. Kobe Jordan in 7th. And Jamie Nankervis in 8th. And he's the first car a lap down. Dylan O'Shea, Tristan Koch, Daniel Hodeshide down in 11th. Nathan Button is the last car in 12th, a lap down. Then JCW and the rest of the field are 2 or more laps down. Toby Stent is actually in pit lane, so I don't know what's happened there to him.
So we'll look and see. Not reporting any issues for Toby. Don't know, you might have to jump back and have a look at that, Mark. I don't see anything registering on session events for any issues for him. So this will be interesting, the situation we have here now, because we have JCW, who is an Atari driver, but he's also 3 laps down. And he's now going to be joining onto the back of that front pack. So even though he is 3 laps down, he's going to be able to help his 2 teammates who are sitting in 1st and 2nd. So they'll now have 3 cars that can work together. But, JCW will need to be pitting in probably about 8 laps time, I'd say. And the leaders will be needing to pit in about 15 laps time. Probably about 173 we'll see that last pit stop from the leaders. That'll give them a 27 lap run home, so it'll be a fuel only stop, I'd say. Like just get enough fuel to get home and no tyres and go.
Toby's back out, but I couldn't see an issue where he just seemed like he came in unless he had to do a Murphy.
Yeah, he might have an equipment issue maybe, not sure.
Because he was stationary for 2.5 minutes. In pit lane for 2.5 minutes, so, and that's unfortunately put him 5 laps down.
Looks like Mark Smith has parked his car too. Because we now got only 20 cars running. Adam Ariel picks up another position, up into 20th spot, 7 laps down.
So we're just 40 laps away now from the checkered flag. It's been some great racing right throughout the field, but we now have a bit of a scary moment, even more up the front, Matt, is that JCW has now joined in that front 3 cars. So if JCW can get in front of Douglas, he'll try and push his two teammates.
Yeah, it's definitely a disadvantage for Douglas because any move that the front two Natari cars make will be coordinated with JCW as well, so they'll be able to put a third car in and use a free car draft for whatever move they decide to do. But imagine that Dave will be just riding with these group of cars anyway. He'll pit when they pit. You just want to stay in touch with these guys until the end, really, and sort of see how. Hope that somebody else, some other team cars are up there at the end that you can work with. Otherwise, otherwise you're going to have those three Natari cars working together. Mind you, as I say, JCW will be pitting very, very soon because he is off
You've
strategy.
frozen out on us, Matt.
Oh.
You're back.
I'm back.
Yep.
Yeah, as I say, JCW will be pitting soon anyway because he is off strategy with those two in front.
But has he got enough fuel just to hang out there until those guys come in for that last lap? That's
No, I see him needing to pit in the next 3 or 4 laps. He's been out 36 laps on the stint, and the front cars have been out 28 laps. So
yeah.
8 laps difference.
Yeah, if those 3 cars out front pit now, they won't make it home on fuel.
They'll be marginal, eh?
Yeah.
No, real marginal. Because you could see all 3 of them pit. And then they're right on that window. 37 laps to the end. They could do it. Depends on if they think 3 cars are stronger than 2.
But I think if Norman and Ed go in, I'd say Dave will follow them in.
Yeah, definitely. I
He's
think Dave
got
will
to
just copy them.
Yeah, he's got to cover them off.
It's the only move he's got. He has to stick with them.
Caution! This changes a lot of things now.
It's good for Jamin and Curvis. He'll get that lap back. I think I see what the incident might be.
Was it?
So Jesberg is off there. See if we can dive back and see.
Oh.
Just trying to work out what's happened here. Jesberg's got loose on the top lane.
Yeah, but has Ruben come up a little bit there?
Let's have a look and see. Try and get ourselves a good camera view. So we're thinking that the 06 car on the bottom may have come up the track.
He's definitely on the way up.
Yeah.
And
so there's a bit of
he's
contact
got a bit
there.
of a push. Got a bit of a push, and I can tell you, mate, all the cars, top 3 are in.
That's a big crash there for Urquio and Jesberg. Urquio's lost the front right wheel. It's flying around. That's a big crash. And the right front of Jesberg's car is not turning properly, so that's why he's having trouble steering there. And then Urquio's car, Quajo, sorry. So we come back live. So we've got the pit stops are just finishing. Cars coming out. Now, if I was 1 lap down, would there be enough time? Although I think everybody's pitted anyway. I was wondering if you would roll the dice if we're taking the wave around and
Yeah, there is enough time to get the wave around, get into pits, get serviced, and get out.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like if I was one lap down, I'd take the chance, roll the dice, take the wave around, and hopefully have enough time to race around, go into the pits, get a splash of fuel, and get back out, and hopefully catch up to the back of the pack for the start of the green flag again.
I'm just looking at the. Number 8. So Jamie Nankervis has been able to stay out and get his lap back. He's been come in the pit lane, taken service, and he will join the race on the lead lap. Same with Kobe Jordan.
Yep.
So I believe that will give Daniel Hedderscheid the lucky dog.
Yeah, if there's the next caution, he should be in the lucky dog position at the moment. Just see how it comes around for the timing data. I see Finlay is back on the lead lap as well. Looks like he's coming for a splash as well. So there've been a few drivers that have managed to get back on the lead lap. Looks like they're forming up now, getting ready to go. Lights are out in the pace car, so this time around it will peel off.
Jamie is still circulating around. He's trying to catch the back of the field, but it will give him.
Yeah, I think he needs to let somebody pass, which is why he's slow there.
Brad Finley.
Yep. Finlay's there.
Or was it Campbell that he needed to let pass?
I'm not sure, but he's definitely having to lag back and let somebody pass, unfortunately. Or he's got to catch back just in time. Excellent. Because they're about to go green again here. Clark has control of the field. He's going to come up to that Geico restart zone. And he's away. Doing a good jump there. Foster's jumped down. Very well orchestrated there again. So as soon as he hits that restart zone, Norman is going, and that's getting a really good jump. So 33 laps to go.
I've just heard over the race radio that possibly Brad Finley has got a black flag.
Yeah, something wasn't right there on the order. We could see them trying to sort it out and work it out.
By the looks of it, Jamie had to let Kobe back in front of him. So
Yeah.
I don't know if Brad missed that.
And I think Brad was in front of those two. Because my order was showing him in 6th place and now showing him in 8th. So, yeah. He's coming into pit road now.
Yeah.
So, fingers crossed he can get back out and the lead lap, but yeah.
Stop and hold for him.
Stop and hold, is it?
He's on his way again, so it would have been a 15-second stop hold.
So let's see how he goes. Getting up to speed now. Whereabouts is he on the track?
Just coming there out of turn 2.
Let's see if we can find our leaders.
Say he's probably half a lap.
Yeah,
roughly.
It's not too bad. You can see leaders in the bottom right there, and you can see him in the middle of the back straight. But the problem he's got is he's out on his own.
Yep, no one to work with him.
Yep, so his lap times are going to be 4 seconds a lap slower. He's going to be caught by those leaders in a couple of laps.
Just do me a favour, mate, and jump on board with him and just see if he's still using the old 4th gear. No, he's in 5th, so
yep.
He must feel comfortable running around in 5th gear.
I think he's probably resigned to the fact that he's going to go a lap down, and he's just making sure he keeps that fuel, I'd say. There's nothing he can do here. He's got to go a lap down.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, but up the front, we see Clark and Foster and Douglas.
And Matty Ray's there too in fourth. So, it's getting a bit scary back there in the back, Marcus.
Yeah, we've got a second line going of the lap cars. So, they definitely got a bit more aggressive, turn the racing up now. But yeah, Matty Ray's another good pusher as well. So he's got a teammate right behind him, Ruben Phelps, but Ruben is 3 laps down on the leaders. Majority of these too wide down the back here are lap cars, but you do have Gary Wellman in that green 45 right in the middle of that, and Jamie Nankervis behind him. So we have a look at Brad Finlay.
So Brad is currently on the lead lap, but as you said, you can see there, Matt, the lead cars are gonna get him. So he's going to go a lap down. But with the way these guys are running,
yeah, this is going to get dicey now because they're going to go 3 wide here.
Yeah.
This is where it could be a problem. See how well they manage it here. Brad's doing a really good job holding it up there in that third line. And yeah, they've got through there 3 wide for a little bit, but they've done a really good job. As you see, Wellman's moved up to the top line there.
That now leaves us 7 cars on the lead lap, with Jamie Nankervis, the last one on the lead lap. Brad Finley has dropped down to 10th, and that's given Daniel Heddershield the lucky dog, should there be another caution in the last lot of laps. It's always scary when you come to this point in the race and you've got those lap cars around the outside. You just hope that they stay there and can keep a nice clean race going. We've also got Ruben Phelps, that's 3 laps down. I think he was 3 laps. Yeah, 3 laps down in there with the lead pack, trying to push his team boss Matty Ray to the front. So.
Yeah, it's pretty nervy. There's a real mix of lap cars in amongst this whole pack. Got JCW leading that outside line. He's 3 laps down, but he's got a really clean car. He hasn't been involved in any incidents. He's just had that bad start because he's started the race late. Just put him a lap or 2 down, and it just has not been able to recover it back with the green flag running that we've been doing.
No, and touch wood. It's unusual to see a Daytona with just 1 caution thus far.
2 cautions, I think.
Sorry, yeah, you're right. 2 cautions. I forgot that last one.
Yeah, which means we might see a few of them at the end. But yeah, so only 2 cautions for 6 laps total so far. As we now have 25 laps to go. If we stay green running here, it's the calculation reckons 19.5 minutes to go.
which will be good because it'll definitely get within the time frame I allowed for the race.
How long did you go for? How much did you allow?
For the race, a 4.5 hour race.
Nice. Just see Foster right on the back of Clark there, giving him another good push. So it's fairly settled at the front there. There's a bit of bump drafting going and a bit of pushing, but fairly well settled with 23 laps to go still.
I'm just watching Matty Ray there, Matt, and he must be getting hot because he's sticking his nose out every now and then.
Searching for air.
Yep.
Getting a nice big gulp of clean fresh air. I tell you what's happened back here. We've got Brad Finlay in the 59 and Daniel Heddershot in the 035 battling for the lucky dog. And it's because they're on either Daniel's on the outside and Brad's on the inside. When one lane goes faster than the other, it's actually changing back and forward. So, as we see Daniel give the 189 a big bump there. So Brad, for a time, was in the lucky dog position, but that line has slowed down a little bit, and now he's not stopped him back. Although now that line gets going again.
Sorry guys, I'm just trying to do some calculations so we don't get caught out at the end of the race and having to work out such a big calculator.
It's pretty much the status quo at the moment. Only 17 cars still running around, and you can see all 17 cars on the screen really. Well, you can, so. The outside line is pushing up a bit now. It's up to equal with the fourth car. And a button on the outside of that is also pushed in front of Finlay. Finlay's decided that he's going to jump to the outside line too.
20 laps to go. I don't know if you can check, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
How many laps has Norman actually led?
Let's have a look and see. 119.
That's great for him. That's fantastic.
It's a lot of laps led. Yep. No, he 119 laps led so far.
And I know you definitely be hoping for the to be leading on that lap 200.
That's the one you want to be leading on. That's for sure. You only want to be leading one.
Yep.
We only need to lead one. We've seen the outside line break up a little bit now, drop back. See Kobe getting a good run there. So yeah, that line that JCW and the blue car, blue 35 there's dropped back a bit. Looks like Will Jesberg is back out there.
Yep, and he's done but he's got to be careful that he doesn't bring out the going so slow even down there. that he doesn't bring out the caution.
Yeah, I think he's testing the car to see if it is handling all right. It looks to be crabbing. I think he's, because it was involved in the crash and had wheel damage on the front of it, and I think he's just testing. It might be crabbing or just undrivable. Even though they put the wheel back on it. So hopefully he can make it around to pit road without causing another caution.
Yeah. I might just leave you for a minute, mate, and I'll be back in one tick.
Yep, no worries. I think we're going to see Jesberg make it into the pits here. As the lead lap cars come back around him again. So I'd say in that caution he lost that front wheel, it came apart. They've repaired the front wheel, repaired the car as much as they can. He's gone back out, but the car, it's not good. It's looks like it's crabbing and it's going to be a bit of a handful to drive. So I think we'll see him probably, if there's any more repairs to be done, get those done. Otherwise he'll probably just look at parking it.
No, it's terminal.
Terminal?
He's definitely terminal, mate.
Yep.
He's gonna park it.
Yeah. So it looks like it just looked like he got all the damage repaired, but even then, that's the annoying thing sometimes is that you sit there in the pits and you get the damage repaired for 10 minutes and then you go back out and it's terminal, like the car just crashed and it's like, well, you could have told me that 10 minutes ago and let me get out of the car then. But, anyway. Now down to 15 laps to go. Still the 17 cars circulating. 7 cars on the lead lap. The outside line's really pushing up there now. Oh, 0.35, it's a bit loose and out of control, but manages to hold on to it. What are we going to see happen? It's 14 laps to go. When are we going to see the action, the moves?
I'd say the last 10.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if we see maybe, I was just thinking if we see those 2 SRM cars of Matty Ray and Ruben Phelps get clear of that outside line again, I could see them making the move up to the outside line. They need to get both of them clear so they can work together at the front of that line, but having JCW there is kind of preventing that at the moment.
And JCW will keep pushing up on those cars too to block that.
Yeah, I mean, he's sitting in the perfect place now as a teammate to be able to prevent anybody pulling out of that line and getting to the front of that. It might look pretty quiet in terms of action, but I guarantee that the drivers are all thinking, how do I get to the front from here? What do I need to do? What moves do I need to make? They're all thinking, how do I counter this? How do I counter that? and what to look for. So what we're going to see, Rick, here is looks like Toby Stent has gone around in front of the line. Not sure what's happened there, but that is going to hurt Matty Ray. Let's see if we can jump back and have a look. Something happened on that outside line. Stent. Oh, that's a bit weird. So we'll have a look here. So we can see the 189 and the 83 car. They're going along. The front straight. 83 comes up a little bit. It almost looks like it might have been a netcode issue. So netcode, when we talk about it, is prediction, where the server's made a prediction of where the car's paths will go, and it's predicted that the 83 came up, but there's the 189 there. So it looks on rough looker to be a little bit of netcode, and then that's turned the 189 down in front of the 83. 06 up into the 45. Looks like the wheel, left front wheel was damaged on the 45, and Curvis has got turned. So Kobe's got the cone in front of his car there. Oh, that's going to hurt a lot of cars.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just thrown my arithmetics out for the points out the window too.
Yeah, can never do the points until the very end, as we see Jamie in the
I've just
8th
been
car.
trying to be keep up to date with it. So yeah, but
Yep, got tagged. The 8 car got tagged in the back and fired up into the wall. Oh, there's going to be a lot of cars sitting in the pits getting repairs there. I think Wellman's left front got damaged just from a hit from Ruben. Not even that bad of a hit, and it's taken the wheel off, I think. Let's have a look at Wellman. So Wellman's coming through here in the 45 green car. 06 comes up, hits him in the right front, the left front, sorry. And we can see that left front of that green car is pretty badly damaged. I'm not sure if that's going to be wheel damage or not. It looks like it. Wow. That takes more cars out, thins the field out even more.
yeah, definitely does, mate. It's 10 laps to go. It's going to be interesting.
I think all the leaders have stayed out. They haven't pitted. Yeah, I saw Kobe go through that, and he had a green cone stuck under the front of his car there, and it spat it out pretty quick. But it reminded me of my story of a green cone in a race that I did. It might have been here. I think I was in an MX-5 or something, and I deliberately drove over a cone, and it got stuck on the front of my car, and it was stuck there for the next 10 or 15 laps. And I was doing everything I could to shake this green cone out of the front of my car, because it was costing me 2 to 3 seconds a lap time, dragging this green cone.
So, just an update, mate. Both SRM cars are back out.
Yep.
Now, Curvis is still sitting pit lane. No, Dan Curvis, he's got to get out. He's been able to get out and stay on the lead lap, Dan Curvis. Same with Gary Willman. He's out.
So he might have a fair bit of damage on that car. We'll see how he goes there.
You can see that right front still a bit damaged.
Yeah.
How are we, guys?
Hello.
Oh, James.
Sorry, mate. I thought I'd just jump up and have a bit of a chat while we could.
So much damage, mate. Are you going to be right to run at speed, or is the?
I've still got about 2.5 minutes of damage. I think the front right's hanging out of it at the moment, but it's all optional repairs, so we'll try to finish it.
Oh, that's all right, mate. That's good. You've had an up and down race. At least you've been able to get some repairs done and get back out and stay on the lead lap. So that's good.
Yeah, we were looking good. Just sitting there waiting for this finish. just got caught up in that caution, so that didn't help us. Up till then, we were clean.
Yeah, very good. So what do you think of the 500 at the end of the season instead of the start, mate?
Mate, I'm hurting. This is too long.
Well, I did say that there'd be a few drivers hurting at the end of this, so
Yeah, there is, and I'm flat out at the moment down the back straight doing 180 k's.
yeah, okay, so that's definitely going to hurt you.
All right, guys, better get back to it.
Yeah, all right, thanks, mate.
Cheers,
Just
mate.
All right, can you drop me back down?
yeah.
So Daniel Headshot was the lucky dog. He's now back on the lead lap, so that's 3 Natari cars in the top 7. As we're about to see them go green again, and away we go. Norman gets the start. 53 drops down in behind. Kobe on the outside is being left hung out to dry, really. Dave Douglas on the inside. JCW, Matty Ray, 83. And Toby Steent's going to close that gap up as well. So Kobe's unfortunately going to have to drop back there. He'll only be 5th place. But back into that line as we see JCW and Toby Steent go on that high line again. Not able to keep the same momentum as we had before, so we now have the 5 lead lap cars all lined up on the bottom lane. Come around 7 laps to go now. Still got Norman Clark out in front. Foster, his teammate, Douglas, Raymond. Look for Douglas and Raymond to go out to the outside line. And Jordan likely to pick one of those 2 lanes as well. Not sure which one Jordan would want to go with. Dave Douglas and Matty Ray have been teammates. Oh, Matty Ray's pitting. Matthew Raymond has had to come in the pit again.
Obviously, he's picked up either a penalty or still has some damage.
Sitting there stationary. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened there. So it's well over a 15-second penalty. So he's obviously got some kind of stop-go penalty. That's going to take him out of contention, so that's one less ally for Douglas now. So Douglas will have to reevaluate his plan, work out what he's going to do. He needs Kobe to try and get right on the back of him, and then Douglas and Kobe Jordan can hopefully try and work together and get past these 2 cars in front.
Yeah, but those 2 Natari cars are going to be very, very wide.
They are indeed. Norman's up to 154 laps led now.
And if you lead a race for that long, you deserve to win.
It's only one lap, only leading 1 lap that matters.
Yeah.
Jordan is now on the back of Douglas there too, so 5 laps to go. It's going to be the odds say it's going to be one of these 4 cars here that gets the win.
You would think so, but there's a lot of turns still to go in there, and
Yep.
all it's going to take, we've seen already tonight, just a light tap, and it could open up the whole lot.
Yep, we can definitely see a Bradbury of Wellman or Heddershite. Wellman is 5 seconds back now. Heddershite's back here as well, 10 seconds.
And it's unfortunate for Nick Canvas, he's about to go up down.
I don't think Dan Curvis has got the speed in that car, unfortunately.
No. But
The damage.
yeah, but I can tell you that with this performance, he has position 3 in the championship, rock solid in his graphs.
Nice. Nice. So 3 laps to go. What are the moves?
Hail Mary.
I think the move is Douglas is going to pull out of that third, pull it out to the outside line. Kobe Jordan's got to go with him, and it's going to be a case of who's got the better pusher behind him. So I'm just patiently waiting. So click over, 2 laps to go. We're just going to stay focused on this group of cars here at the front here. Weaving, a little bit of dummy throwing maybe. Edward would be telling Norman just to keep it straight and low and fast.
Yeah. Keep that right foot. Keep that foot right to the floor.
And Foster will be keeping an eye on the back here, waiting for that move to come out.
Now, don't forget, guys.
One lap to go.
Anything is open here. So if Douglas does move to the high line, Foster can try and move up there and block him.
So here we go. Coming through turn 2 now.
It's got to be coming into the triangle.
You've got to go now. Douglas is held back. He's getting the run. Here we go. Side by side. Jordan's on the back of Douglas pushing. Foster's got to get him behind Norman Clark there and push. Foster's waiting. Oh, they got a little bit loose on the outside there. Oh, it's going to be close. I think Douglas might have it, but Norman's got it coming back on the front. Who's going to get it? Oh my God, that's so close. The timing says Dave Douglas got it by 0.002 of a second. Wow, what a finish. They came through there side by side. You couldn't tell with the naked eye who got it. So only the timing data that tells you who got it.
Yeah, unbelievable. And that's really thrown a spinner in the Triple Crown. So that's now changed. Sorry, guys. Matt,
you concentrate on doing the points, mate. I'll sort this out. No worries. So we're just going to watch Douglas go around and do a victory burnout, and then we might jump back and have a little bit of look at what happened on that last lap. There's a fair bit of stuff happened down the back by the looks of it. But we focused on the front, so we're going to just watch the victory burnouts here. Douglas doing a victory donut on the O of the Daytona. It's going to pop that engine hopefully. Alright, let's jump back and have a little bit of a look and see if we can see that finish. This was the finish here. So they came across the Geico zone. Separation from the cars in front of them there. Norman's hugging that yellow line. I thought Dave was going to clear away, but then Norman comes back again on that yellow line. And look how close that is. Slow that right down as slow as we can go. And there's your margin of victory there, 0.002 of a second. So, yeah, amazing run off the last corner there. And let's just jump back and see what happened and back down the field. Not sure what happened. Let's make sure nobody else had an incident. I think the incidents we're seeing are all after the end of the race. So, wow, what a finish! So let's get this a few things sort of keyed up here and ready to go. So just get that set up.
All right, Matt. The points are in.
Points are in.
Points are in. Andrew Dyson would have come into this in the lead of Triple Crown. With him not running tonight, that's put him out of the top 5. The winner of the Triple Crown and the Custom Paints and Diecast champion is Mr. Ed Foster. Second home in the Triple Crown is Jamie Nankervis, who also takes out third place in the championship. And with the Triple Crown, it came down to 2 points but difference between third and fourth. And third place in the Triple Crown is Ruben Phelps, and he's also second in the championship.
Excellent.
So nice way to finish the race. And let's hope I don't put my foot in it like the other night. We have we might leave Ed until last like we did the other night. We've been the champion and third place in the race. We normally bring him up first, but we might bring up Mr. Storman Norman Clark, second place in tonight's race. Very, very close to his first win for the season. Norman, congratulations, mate, on second place in the Daytona 500.
Yeah, Mark, thanks, man. It was a big job trying to hold on to that lead for, I don't know what, sort of 3/4 of the race. A hard work for me, you know what I mean, to be sitting here with a death grip on the steering wheel and then to get pipped on the last sort of quarter of a lap. But I mean, all credit to Dave and Kobe that pushed him like that. I mean, and we know Dave on these super speedways, man, you you know, he's always a difficult one. So yeah, good job from him.
Yeah, Matt and I were just talking. We were wondering when the move was going to come, and it came at the right time, just as down that back straight, him and Kobe pulled high. Unfortunately, Ed couldn't get up there and block him at all, and it was just a great run by him. Matt, what was the difference on the line?
0.002 of a second.
Gee whiz. Yeah. I mean, sort of, let's say a good number of laps before that happened, because I also knew he was going to come along on the outside, and I thought, well, if the run comes, I'll just move up and block the run before he gets to me. But we had sort of discussed it and thought, look, if I stay low, Ed is going to be as close to me as he can, and he's really going to be my only help, so to speak. And it just didn't quite pay off. So once again, as I say, all credit to Davo. They did the job, and I mean, there was nothing in it. So yeah, good stuff.
Yep. Well, mate, with that second place, I'm happy to inform you. By the looks of it, you've actually moved from fifth place in the championship and taken fourth place in the championship. So a great year for Natari, winning the championship and yourself in the top 5.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah, thanks a lot for that. Yeah, that is. I wasn't quite sure where it was. So P4 was pretty good for me. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yep. Well, mate, thoughts on the season?
Well, it was really fantastic to take part every weekend, for the whole season. I think you guys, you and Matt, you did a really sterling job of this whole series. And yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it, and I also with the 87s that you did. And I'll definitely be back if and when you run another series. Yeah, good on you.
Yeah, we'd definitely be back next year, mate, both with the 87s and the Cup cars. 87s will kick off on I think it's the 26th or 27th of February, and the Cup cars will kick off as per normal on the Saturday night. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but it's definitely the end of February.
Yeah, good stuff. I'll be there.
All right, mate. Well, congratulations on um, second place tonight in the Triple Crown, and congratulations on fourth place in the championship. And we look forward to having you back next year.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Thanks, Matt. Good job by you guys, and yeah, look forward to next year.
All right, mate. Thanks for your time tonight, and we'll drop you back down into the green room. And we will pull up. Where do you want to go next, Matt? We'll go.
You could probably go to Ed for third, then
third.
get Dave, then come back to Ed.
Yeah.
Just let Ed know that we'll be coming back to him.
We've done things a bit different, but third place tonight, Mr. Ed Foster, by a B's behind. Also, we'll talk to Ed a bit later about the championship. But mate, congratulations! Hard race tonight, and great race, pushing Norman to second place.
Yeah, gutted, mate. Gutted. I've never been. Yeah, I mean, normally we don't kind of do that. It's all kind of every man for himself until the last little bit of the race or something, if we can get together or whatever. But then after the way everything was sort of playing out, we're thinking, maybe there's a chance to get Norman a win here, and he hadn't had one this year, and all the rest of us had. So I thought, let's jump in behind him and see if we can make something happen for him. And we got so close. We got so close. And I thought that we come back on the line and were able to I thought he'd beaten Dave. As we crossed the line, I thought we had it. And then it's come up on the thing that he didn't have it. So, yeah.
It was by the hair of his chinny chin chin that he got that race. So
there wasn't much in it. But, we know how good Dave is at this style of stuff. So, and he had a good push there from Kobe, which is, kind of, you can see in the run to the line, which is why I gave him the old hip and shoulder there to try and break that draft up. And then, tried to hook on the back of Norman and give him a good shove, and it was just too little too late. So, bit of a shame for him to wind up with P2, but yeah, it's not bad all in all. But yeah, it would have been nice to get him a win.
Yeah, definitely. Well, mate, we'll leave you there just for a minute, and we'll pull up Dave for the race win, because we need to talk to you about both the Triple Crown trophy and the championship. So hang with us for just a minute and bear with us.
Mm-hmm.
Race winner, Mr. Dave Douglas, by the hair of his chinny chin chin. Congratulations, Dave.
Hey, thanks, boys. That was hopefully entertaining end to that race. Got it by, I reckon, a third of a splitter. I was just talking to Normie then. He reckons he's going to extend his splitter for next race or next year.
Mate, great race. It started from down the back, I think it was, and you've just played that patient game yet again. And started fourth, but played that real patient hand.
Yeah, that's it. That's how I approach these races. You just got to be heads up, because even that wreck that happened, probably in that first third of the race, there was one happened in front of me, and I sort of saw it happen. So I just checked up and went to the apron because I knew a caution would come out, and then a couple of guys got caught up in front of it. I caught up in it. And they were running right next to me, so just got to be heads up and be aware of what's going on. For most part of it, it's just sit there and hold the throttle on and off and on and off. And well, honestly, it's a snooze fest, that middle part. But obviously, once it ramps up at the end, that's when you get the glory, mate. That's when it gets exciting and then the nerves come on. But I've sort of pictured that move for that whole probably second half of that race. I was like, right, if I'm in this position come the end, I'm just going to try and get on the outside of Ed there and just drag him back. down the back straight. And then obviously Kobe played a big part. So shout out to Kobe because he gave me a bump and we sort of made a push down the back straight and were able to just hang on through 3 and 4.
Yeah, well, it was a great race right throughout. There's been a lot of good pushing from you guys up the front, and we've seen some guys drop the laps down and come back and really give it to some of the front runners too, hanging in there.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a bit of an up and down race for a few punters out there. But tell you what, Normie, didn't he dominate that lead laps? He was just nicely out front there. He had a good teammate in behind him. Ed was giving him good pushes. And when we were a 3-car train, man, we were flying. We were pushing hard to just try and, I guess, in my mind, was trying to break the spirits of everyone else and just try and put as many cars a lap down as we can and get away from the pack. Because if it come down to it at the end, it was going to be us fighting for a win, the three of us. So ended up sort of a bit that way. Kobe joined in, which was good. It was good run.
Yeah, definitely. Well, mate, congratulations. What a great way to end the season. I'm going to ask you, will we see you back a bit more next year? I know you've been a little bit of a part-timer this year, and made the races that you can. And we hope to see you back a little bit more next year.
Yeah, well, that's the plan. This year was a bit off, just the kids and that, but so hopefully, the plan is to try and do it every second week, I guess, when I don't have my kids, because obviously family comes first. But the off weeks, mate, if I'm around, I'll be here.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Well, congratulations, mate, and great way to end the season. And we'll see you in February next year.
Yeah, for sure. Cheers, Mark, and thanks for putting on the league and putting all the time into it and all your admin team. Shout out to you guys. Big event to end the season. So good to be able to come out the winner.
Yep. Well, thanks, mate. Thanks for your time. We'll let you go back up and do some bench racing with the guys, and we'll pull up the top 3 in the Triple Crown, which happens to be the top 3 in the championship. So we'll start with Mr. Jamie Nankervis. Mate, congratulations. 3rd place in the Triple Crown tonight. Second place in the Triple Crown and 3rd place in the championship.
Oh, thanks, guys. I knew about the 3rd place in the championship, didn't know about the Triple Crown, so that's good. Thank you.
Yep, great race, mate. We spoke to you a couple of times through the race. Wasn't quite the way you wanted to go, but you hung in there. You fought back a couple of times, so well done.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for that. I got another black flag on that last restart, so that was awesome.
You love them black flags tonight, mate.
I did exactly what iRacing told me to do and got 2 black flags out of it. So I don't know. What do you do?
Yeah. Well, mate. What was I going to say? 3rd place in the championship, mate. You only started running ovals last year. You took out Rookie of the Year last year, and a big step up this year for you.
There's 2 people I've got to really, actually 3 people I've really got to thank for that. Brad Ellison started this year, awesome, really helped me out so much. It was unbelievable. And then Ruben and Ed, those 2 guys, without them, I wouldn't have got to where I am. So those 3 have really helped me out so much this year. It's been really good.
Well, mate, that's great to hear, and great camaraderie between the drivers to help each other out. But before we let you go, mate, thoughts on the season?
Good, long, but good. I personally had a shocker of a season. I don't even know whether I had a single top 5 finish for the whole year, but just kept going. So I guess that was the idea, just keep getting points every week.
Yeah. Let me just look here. Yeah, you did. You had 5 top 5s and 18 top 10s. So you were thereabouts.
Yeah, thanks. It was good. It was definitely a tough year.
Yeah. Well, mate, congratulations. And I know you've got some sponsors to thank. And before we let you go.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Just custom paints and die casts. Really like to thank
Jordan.
Thank Jordan. It's been awesome. Anytime I've needed a car all year, Jordan has been awesome and just painted it for me. So it hasn't nothing's been too hard for him. It's been really good. As I said, Brad sort of putting the team together at the start of the year. You too, Mark. I know you had a lot to do with that at the start of the year with our team, as well as the whole league. So thank you for the team side of things, and thank you for putting the league together. It's been I know how much time you put into it, Mark. It's a huge effort. So thank you for what you do, so we can all get out here.
My pleasure, mate. And thanks for turning up and racing every week. When you've been out, I think you've only missed 2 or 3 races all season. So thanks very much for that.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks.
No worries, mate. We'll let you go, and we'll drop you back down into the green room. Now we go to second place in the championship and third place in the Triple Crown, Mr. Ruben Phelps, our Kiwi driver. Well done, mate, on second place in the championship and third place on the Triple Crown.
Yeah, it was a long, hard season. Definitely tonight could have been a hell of a lot better, but black flags or people making black flags happen really screwed the race up for me, and I kept going laps down. So I lost the interest in it pretty much early on. So I was nearly falling asleep near the end of it, not going to lie.
Yeah, it was definitely a hard ask for you tonight to take the championship off Ed. You had no option but to win tonight's race. Did you come into the race with? I know you've said that it dropped off, but did you come into the race with that mindset that you had to win?
To be honest, I sort of figured the main championship was already done, but of course you're always going to frickin', put the foot down and see what happens and try and get the best result you can for yourself. But it was working out at the start of the race until I think I slid down the pit box a little bit, and then I must have just tried to get on the draft quickly off the exit of pit lane, and guess what? Black flag for my own self of a speeding penalty. So that's where I ended up a lap down, and then that incident happened of safety car, and ended up getting another lap taken off me from the black flag from people not wanting to get off the racetrack when they were damaged. So yeah, then screwed over about 8 or 9 other people. So it's a bit of a shame that happened, but what can you do?
Yeah, not a lot, mate. Well, it's been a great season for you. Been trying to keep Ed honest all year. So before we let you go, shout out to your team sponsors and supporters.
Of course, you got to go all the way back to the start of the year. Of course, you got to thank Brad for allowing me to be a part of his team at the early stages. But it's a shame he wasn't there for a lot of it. But I don't know what was going on. But either way, we started off there. It's been good working with Jamie, Tristan, and the odd tips from other drivers that sort of gave me ideas. But of course, you Mark, for running Weekend Warriors, and of course, I always got to thank Edward for any help he can give, and of course, Anscar guys. It's always fun. It's getting me more and more understanding of what to do. Of course, I still make mistakes, which people see all the time, but they still got to learn every day. So, but now it's been a fun year, and can't wait for next year. Matty Ray and Lachlan and all us guys are definitely going to try and improve and get this off season and bring us up even further forward. Hopefully, we can get a freaking little nigglement bugs out of it, and then we'll be good.
Yep. All right, mate. Well, we'll see you back on track in February for the opening round. So thanks for your time, and again, congratulations, second place in the championship in the Custom Paints and Diecast Australian Stock Car Championship, and congratulations on third place in the Triple Crown.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's like I said, it's been a hard year, but just bring one more trophy, or get the first place trophy next year.
Yep, let's hope so. Well, we'll see you back then, mate, and thanks for your time tonight.
Yeah, cheers, Mark.
Well, Matt, that's it. One more person. He's already taken out one championship this year, the 87s Masters. Sealed that with 2 weeks to go. He's been able to seal up the Triple Crown and a massive win of the Australian Stock Car Championship none other than Mr. Ed Foster. Well done, mate, on the 2 championships and the Triple Crown win.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Triple Crown's a little empty because obviously Daiso was leading that and he wasn't able to be here tonight. He had another commitment, so he couldn't really come and try and get that, which would have been interesting. But in terms of the championships, I should say, both of them have been they've been really fun. I've enjoyed these Saturday nights, so it's been good.
Yeah, mate. Well, you've definitely taught people how to drive. Out of 35 race starts, you've had 17 race wins, 26 top 5s, and 30 top 10s. It's been a very impressive season for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been, like I say before, it's been fun. This is a championship I wanted to tick off. I wanted to be able to say that I won it. So come in and, was hoping to do that this year and managed to do that. So, but it's just been really enjoyable with everybody as well. We kind of sit there and have a bit of a chat after the race, and I've been able to, maybe pass on a little bit to some of the other guys and just go through that and everything. So it's been real good. The racing's been good. We had an entire 500-mile race tonight with 2 cautions or something like that. So it wasn't bad at all. Quality's been pretty good. It's just been something I look forward to every week, coming out on the Saturday night and having a bit of a race with these guys. So it's been fun.
Yeah, mate. Look, you've had a big year. You run Ann's car. You were in the championship chase there. Unfortunately, it didn't go your way. Are you looking forward to a break?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, it's not quite over for me yet. I've got the final round of the Ann's Car Truck Series on Monday.
I believe you were in the hunt for that championship too, aren't you?
Yeah, it never ends. But there's that one. So I'm hoping to seal that up come Monday if everything sort of goes according to plan and nothing bad happens. So we've got that one, and obviously the things with this. So and then after that race, I'll be maybe the old wheel will have cobwebs on it by the time I come back to it in February.
Yeah, mate. Look, I know you're not gonna be here full time next year. But will we see you at a couple of races that you may like to come out and have another go at?
We'll see how it goes. I will be racing the 87 series next year, just because I really enjoy that. So, great car for anybody who's out there who hasn't tried it yet. Great car, come out and run it. But the Cup, maybe. I've actually got some other plans about how I'm going to be involved in that series, but it's not going to be behind the wheel. So we'll just, I'll be around the traps. You'll see me.
Yeah, well, mate, I personally would like to thank you for the driving tips you've given me this year. That's certainly helped me. I'd like to also thank you for the admin work that you've done behind the scenes, post-race with reviews and different things. And again, just congratulations, mate, on a great year, great championship run for both the 87s and the Cup. And it's really been a pleasure working with you and the other boys from Ann's Car to bring this league up another notch this year.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It's always a pleasure to kind of try and at least give back a little bit as far as the your series goes, and some of the guys who might be a little bit newer to it. That's always something I enjoy doing, because I want as many people around a race and as many fast people around as possible. And if we can sort of shortcut their progression up to the very front, then that's obviously great for everybody. Have more guys in the mix. So yeah, that's all good. And obviously thanks to yourself for putting the league on. And as I think someone said earlier on, Jamie might have said, massive commitment to do it. I know that all too well. It's a good series and it's fun, and certainly would recommend it to anyone to come have a go.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, mate. So before we let you go, one last thing, your shout out to your sponsors, supporters, and your teammates, mate.
Yeah, just AJD and Fully Floored team sponsors. obviously I had the full complement of Atari guys there with us tonight, so that was cool to have them out for that last race. Yeah, man, I really wanted to get that one for Norman. Hey, like I really, really, really wanted to get that one for Norman, and to miss out that close kind of sucks. So, yeah, commiserations for him, but I did everything I could. We were just up against a guy who knows this stuff really, really well. So, yeah, and we still nearly got him. So, yeah, what do you do, eh?
Yeah, that's it, mate. Well, again, thank you very much for the year, Ed. Again, thanks for your help, and we look forward to seeing what NASCAR and we do next year. It will be challenging for whoever decides to run in either league. I think next year with a lot more guys getting quicker and quicker in both leagues.
Yeah, I mean the important thing is that obviously it's not just us. There are other guys around that run it as well. But the stock car scene in our region is really, really healthy. So that's really all you want. So
yeah, that's it, mate. Well, thanks very much, mate. We'll let you go back down and do some bench racing. Go have a drink, and we'll talk to you a little bit later on.
Of course, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, mate. Well, Matt, we might just do one quick thing. I might pull down Kobe Jordan, the promoter and owner of Inside Lane Productions, the sponsor of the Triple Crown. Welcome to the booth, Kobe.
Hey, boys, how we doing?
Good, mate. Good, mate. Just a personal one. Thanks very much for getting on board with the Triple Crown and being the sponsor this year. Are you happy with the way it's gone? Not so much for yourself, but in general, the way we've done it for you.
Yeah, it's been presented really well. Really happy with the way you guys have put it on. It's been a pleasure,
mate. Great run there. We that you could have ended up with a podium spot, but it wasn't to be tonight.
That's all right. Top finish is still pretty good.
Yeah, well done, mate. Well, I just like to say I just pulled you down to say thanks for getting on board with us, mate. Showing some faith with us, and hopefully we can see you back out on track a little bit more next year.
Maybe. Thanks, guys.
All right, mate. Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Well, Matt, that's the wrap for this year. Me personally, I'd like to thank every single one that has tuned into Performance E-Streaming this year. A big thank you for you jumping on board and being stepping in and broadcasting these major races for us. To all our drivers this year, a big thank you. Without you guys coming and turning up the race, it wouldn't be the season that it's been. And finally, to the guys behind the scene, Brad Allison, Jamie Nankervis, Matty Ray, Ed, yourself, big thanks. And I know I'm missing people by thanking, but I'll do that later on in the write-up. Thanks very much for being part of Weekend Warriors.
Thanks for having us along.
No, it's been great. Well, that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. I personally thank you for tuning in, and I know Carl would say the same thing. Thanks very much. And that's going to be a wrap for 2022, and we'll see you back next year in February. So have a safe. I know it's still a long way away, but have a safe Christmas, safe holidays, and we'll see you all next year back on a different broadcasting network. We've done the same as NASCAR. We've started our own broadcasting, so we will be back live on Checkered Flag e-streaming next year. Thanks very much for tuning in, and good night.